Hey guys, it's Archie Luxury, and you are on the Archie Luxury live stream program. How are you peoples today? How are you today, guys? What can I say? What can I say? It's actually King's birthday holiday today in Australia. King's birthday. What can I say there, guys? It's all happening. Yes. So I got to tell you what the news is that I'm actually going. It's a long story. I'm actually going to Honkers and Shenzhen next week. It's a long story. This year was supposed to be the year of travel for me, and I did a lot of travel. We went to Hong Kong. I went to Macau, Shenzhen. I went to Darwin, Melbourne. I went to Dubai. I went to Bangkok for Luxes. I went to England, Hong Kong, and I'm going now. What actually happened was I was planning to go to the New York Watch Show, and I'd bought half the ticket. I'd bought a ticket where I leave on the 10th and come back, leave Hong Kong on the 25th. So it was just that ticket was bought so that I could get a cheapy ticket from Honkers to New York. But I got to tell you something. You know what happened, don't you? It's called reality, fucking reality. And the reality is, the reality is I was spending too much money. And I immediately thought, fuck, I gotta be sensible about what I do. So I have a Breguet strap. I ordered a Breguet new strap coming in. That's in Hong Kong. Got a Breguet strap coming in. So that's definitely part. You know, I want to pick that up. I want to get that. What else can I say there? It is what it is. The expenditure is the expenditure. And as for SD43, another room, yeah, you know what? You share your feelings, you share everything with the audience. Look what happened to fucking Strider. Hung out to dry. They think it's, you know, why would anyone really expose himself? Why would anyone expose himself when the audience can be total cunts? You know, that's the whole thing. And if you don't want to watch, don't watch. It doesn't matter, you know. I'll be honest with you. The business is changing a lot. Of course it is. I just did my taxes for 23, 24, and business is harder than the year before. Yes, the expenses are a lot higher, and that is the way it is. That's the way it is. And you know, it's one of these things. You try your best. If it doesn't fucking work, hey, that's what the way it goes. So now let's jump on to the program. What's today? The reality of being a Rolex investor. I'm not going to name these people. I've had a few people who have come out of the woodwork and say, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? These are the Rolex investors. They bought all the hype. they bought the big stuff. Panda Daytona. They bought all the stuff, all the hype. Reality is a lot of this hype stuff has come back a long way. Funny thing is, when it's hype, these people would never sell it. When the market corrects, they lose big chunks. Worst story I've heard in Australia, somebody had paid $70,000, $70,000 for a panda. What's that? 47,000 US, and they sold it for 24,000 US. Yeah. Big drop. 47 to 24. That is the market reality. Market reality. The market reality. The other thing is, watches are no longer liquid like they used to be. They are not liquid like they used to be. They are harder to sell. Not every dealer wants to buy shit. The prices have fallen, and now they don't want to buy stuff. I was watching a video last night on Watch Eric. Fuck me dead. He said his aim was to have 100 submariners, 100 submariners by the time he's 50. Where the fuck do these people get these ambitions from? 100 I mean, I got a submariner on my wrist. I haven't, but 99 more of the fucking things? Jesus Christ. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. What can you possibly say about that, hey? Incredible stuff. And it's a tough one. Very tough. It's very tough. Very tough. Okie dokie. Let's get the board rolling today. Let's get some punters on the stream. Let's open up the conversation. The realities of being a Rolex investor. Well, the reality is you've got to cop it sweet when the market tanks. Market's not doing so well. We got HR joining us. Hello, HR. How are you?
Paul, I'm very good. I'm looking for some advice, my friend.
Yes, sir. Talk to me.
So we just booked our wedding date, and when I go over to Malaysia, I'm going to buy some rings.
Sorry, Sorry, you're getting married in Malaysia?
No. We're getting married in where I live.
So am I invited to the wedding?
Yes. But seriously, Arch, listen. When I go over to Malaysia,
I'm invited?
I'm going to buy the wedding rings, okay? But do I go 999 yellow gold, or do I go platinum for myself? Hit me with it. Give me the drum.
See, 999 yellow gold's very soft,
It's the Chinese gold. Go on, Arch, hit me with it. What would you get?
I'd probably go 18 karat. I think 750 gold is better.
750. Ooh, I want to have the rich look. I want to have the rich yellowness, the buttery gold in the ring. What do you think? Give me the drum.
I'm not a big fan. I'm sorry.
Really? Ooh, okay. What gold would best match the bluesy? 18 or 999?
18. 999's too soft.
But it looks good, Arch. It looks
too
good.
Soft. It's malleable. You can move it with a finger. You can push it.
But if it's thick, surely it's going to be okay. I see a lot of my Malaysian friends have 999 gold.
So, where's the wedding?
It's in the UK, Arch. I don't want to dox myself here because I might have a Poway and ST43 rocking up. You know this?
Oh, fuck me dead. You know what? I got to tell you something. This Archie, people say, why don't I, tell more or go out and do more stuff? There are some nasty fuckers out there. Look what happened to Paul Strider.
The
Right?
train man.
It's not funny. It's not fair. It's not cool. You know what I mean?
No.
It's definitely not cool. And we got the first super chat of the night. AD never calling. Hi, Arch. AD never calling $10. Hi, Arch. I think it's a good decision not going to New York this year. Enough is enough. You can't give your last drop of blood every time someone farts in the wind. Face it, bro. Face it. The bro house sucked. No more. Look, the bro house was actually pretty. I actually enjoyed my time there. I look back fondly on those days. I do. That was actually really enjoyable. Okay. I actually really enjoyed myself. However, the problem is I did two good trips to America. And speaking of Americans, we've got a favorite American, Mark Goldberg.
Gentlemen.
Marky.
I was just saying, I did two trips to America. They were great. But I think the steam is, I go again. Let's face it. Last time JJ was my friend. There was dinners organized. It was amazing. He's no longer my friend. I don't think he'd organize half a hot dog for me. Also, New York.
He was just in it for the link. He was just in it for the link.
Everybody's in it for them. That's just life. The other thing is, of course, is that it's so expensive. New York is really expensive. If you stay out of town, you got transport costs every day to get into the city, into Manhattan. If you stay in Manhattan, it's very expensive. So I just think, you know what? Fuck it. Don't go. I think you can push something too far. I think slow down. I want to go to low cost countries. I'm not going to high cost.
Arch, I heard you talking about Malaysia last stream. Come over when I'm there. I'm leaving end of this month. I'm getting out of Dodge.
It's not convenient. It's not convenient for me to go. I'm probably looking at February next year, February or March next year, I would say.
Okay, well, Arch, I'm going to Jamaica in May. Come on over then, big boy.
Jamaica. It's not a tit for tat travel exposition. If I'm there, you're there. Great. I'd love to see you, but to actually go to Jamaica's a long way away from me. Jamaica's amazing.
Arch,
they say
you only have one life, my friend. Live it. Get the bluesy out. Go.
Yes. Hey, if you buy me a ticket, I'll go anywhere you want.
Arch, I know you're rich. Come on, man. You can afford it.
Except for Toronto, because when Tan bought you a ticket, you refused to get on the airplane.
Oh.
I got to be honest with you. Seriously, I don't want to take up free offers from people who, I just feel obligated. I just feel they do so much. Tan does so much for the show. I don't want to just take. I mean, America, Canada is amazing. I want to go, but I got to be careful on the expenditure. It's out of control. I'm spending too much.
Now, HR, if you supply Archie with business class tickets to Jamaica and an all-inclusive, like Sandals or one of those resorts there, I think we could have a great big Archieverse reunion.
Oh, I quite like that.
Yeah, all you have to do is, you get him there, you put him up for a week at just like Sandals, or I don't know, there's a Club Med. I'm sure there's one of those there. Those are great places. Everything's included, Archie, including as much booze as you could ever want.
Yeah, but Mark, I've spent all my money on the bluesy. I'm brocus, pocus.
No, it's bluesy. Rolex is very easily convertible back into cash. Just sell it. It will just be fine. And we'll talk more about it right after Joe's super chat.
We got a super chat. Where have you been? Joe, $2. Archie, Jamaica, making me crazy.
Yes.
Well, what I'm saying is I got to be careful with where I go. I have got to be careful. I want to cut down. I got to be careful, okay? Because the reality is the show doesn't make money if I spend money traveling everywhere. It just doesn't. I've got a deficit.
You have a heel.
I get that. Arch, I've got to be honest with you.
Just put it on. Just put it on. That money is emergency money. It's not just to be. I got to change my ways, or else I'll burn through the HELOC. And then what?
A HELOC is so people who cannot afford travel can enjoy the benefits of travel. That's what it's for.
Archie, my fiance's worried. Since I've got the bluesy, I feel like I'm better than everyone. Help.
But aren't
you're
you?
not better than everybody.
I walked in the sauna at the clubhouse today, and I felt like saying, "Get the fuck out of my way! I've got a bluesy on."
You walked into the sauna. I see, and you pushed all the other boys aside, flaunting your bluesy.
I want to say, "Get the fuck out of the way! I'm coming through. Big boys coming through with the bluesy."
You may do that, but when I arrive with the full gold and tell you to get the fuck off my bench,
and
oh boy, throw some water on the stones.
And I'd say, "Do you want a drink, Marky? I'll go and get you one, big boy."
Exactly. Yeah. Just like the beach at Pattaya. Do you know the beach at Pattaya? It's the perfect beach. There's no sun. It's all umbrellas, Wi-Fi, and they bring around booze and snacks while you're in your chair, like a veal being rubbed by having some lady rub your feet. It's the perfect beach. No sun. Wi-Fi, drinks, and snacks. I love that beach. It's the best beach.
Wi-Fi, drinks, and snacks.
Well, yeah. That's the Pattaya beach, and no sun because umbrellas. Because the sun is bad, and nobody likes the sun.
Marky, I was talking to a guy who invested heavily in Rolex. Investing. Oh, look at that! That looks so beautiful.
It's really, really good.
Does that inspire you to say, you know what, I'm going to trim down now?
Yeah, no, I'm done. This is it. You know what? This is a hobby killer. I think. Okay, I'm weird. I sleep in a watch. I charged this thing up, and it lasted.
Look who we got here.
Morning, Mark.
We got the Walker.
Hello, Governor. HR, how are you?
Yes, I'm good.
Turn the camera around because you don't look at my head. Who would?
How is the day? This is a public holiday in Sydney today as well.
Yeah, that's what I was going to. I thought it was like Labor Day. Is it
Deserted.
King's birthday?
I think
so.
Yeah,
not many people around. Okay.
Super chat.
Either way, day off's good.
JD, where's Jakey? Where's Jakey?
Super chat. It's deserted.
Here we go. We got a super chat. AD never calling $10. None of the doers were at the bro house, Arch. Just a bunch of exiters like Gary, Gangster Gary, Mental Jock Marcelo, the Infiltrator OC, then the wives. What you needed was some great Americans.
Archie, what's happened between you and Mental Jock? I keep hearing different things.
What do you hear?
No, you tell me. Have you fallen out? Is he still allowed on this channel? What's happened?
Look, it's pretty simple. He was fired.
Okay.
Fired for telling people not to super chat other streams. I mean, it's just, I don't understand. I don't understand it.
It sounds like he went against the non-solicitation clause in his contract, Arch.
Look, he was, I like the guy, right? But it just, everything was fucking hassle. I'm sick of fucking hassle all the time.
Can you get him back, Arch? Because I think he was really good and he's a funny guy.
I just think it's best to just move on. Next.
Oh, don't be like that. Maybe you'll come round, Arch. He's good.
He was pinching links.
Look, it doesn't matter. Mental Jocks, I don't mind the guy, right? He's got his version of events, but it just became too much hassle. I don't want one show bagging another host, it's just uncool.
No
And
more
then he
sneaky.
denies it. I just had enough. Okay, goodbye. See you later. That's okay. Goodbye. And
Well,
it just became messy. You know, that's what I said to him. Goodbye. It just became a pain in the ass.
But sometimes a pain in the ass can feel good.
Now we got JD. Where look at this. JD's walking in. This is Sydney. It's so beautiful, isn't it? Sydney. I can never. It's so beautiful here today.
pretty nice. 29 degrees today. It's pretty
Take
good.
us down to the inner harbor.
So what are you
Tell
doing?
that guy to get out the way because you got a Rolex on. Get out the way. Get out the way, everyone. Rolex wire coming through.
I don't today, I'm afraid. I got my Speedmaster on.
Oh.
You tried the other Speedmaster on, didn't you?
Yes, I tried on the first Amiga in space. That
What did you
is
think?
an exceptional good piece. Absolutely. If I was in the market for a chronograph, you'd be hard pressed not to be impressed by that. Particularly the dome sapphire crystal that looks like Hesselite. There's distortion on the side. It is an absolutely stunning piece, and that smoky blue grey dial, it is killer. And the patina, I think, looks great on the loom markers. It is a stunning piece for sure. The day, yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. Nice size. The flattening bracelet's awesome. It's great. Definitely try one on if you get the opportunity. But like anything, just wait till it's on the secondary at some point.
Hey, these cars are driving on the wrong side of the road. Just so you know.
Yeah, I'll let them know, Mark.
Thank you.
But no, it's an excellent piece.
What's happened with
Excellent
Rolex?
piece.
The Rolex people who are Rolex investors. The reality of being a Rolex investor. What's happened, JD?
Well, it's like anything. It was never supposed to be an asset class to begin with.
Look, there's tag.
I mean, I never went into the.
Can you just stop a second, JD? Go back.
Sure, sir.
Tag. Can you go back to tag, go in the door, and just start like laughing?
See the rating.
Yeah, just hold up your Amiga and start laughing.
There's a wave to him. Hello. There we go.
Hello, you're selling garbage, shitters.
Tag's not that bad, is it? Is there anything there you'd like? Actually, do you like anything there? What do you think?
If I had the wrist for it, which I don't, I do like the Monaco. I like the one.
It's the leader movement.
Yeah, I know. Look.
Okay,
that's the one I'd go for if I had a big wrist. I don't. I got too much.
I'll be very honest. I'm kind of partial to the Hydra Conquest. I kind of really am. Even though it has a plastic movement spacer, which I don't like.
Yeah, it's the golf one I like. The Monaco with the stripe on it. I think that's kind of interesting, but I wouldn't.
Hydra Conquest.
Unlikely I'll get one. Unlikely I'll get one.
Yeah, I don't hate that Hydra Conquest. I don't.
No. You do a lot worse. Definitely.
Yeah, it's kind of like on par with like Longines, for example.
Yeah. Yeah, they're next door. They just opened a boutique in there. Not that anyone cares about Longines, but let's have a look. See if they're open.
By the way, Archie, remember the Archie? Remember the Scottish guy?
Yes.
Well, according to Tan, he's been live streaming what a couple of jerks you and I are.
I know. That's the thing. Yes. Yes.
It's so funny. It's so funny. Listen, I forget his name, but hey, Scottish Haggis
David Connolly.
No, it doesn't really matter that he has a name. I don't want to know what's under the kilt. I don't care about his name. Let's just call him Haggis Boy. I'm just glad that we were able to provide you with a little bit of a laugh and some listeners. It's all in good fun. We have a super chat from AD Never Calling.
AD Never Calling. Here we go there. $10. The worst part of the bro house was the "what about me" curly coverage. Let's hope he does a better job on Watch Time New York this year.
What about me? I mean, what was supposed to happen? AD Never Calling Patrick was complaining that like nothing happened. But I'm just wondering, Patrick, what was supposed to happen? Naked pole dancing? Like what all were you waiting for?
What didn't happen? That's right.
That's what I'm just wondering. Like, what was supposed to happen? Let's be honest.
No one was arrested.
That's a shame. But
the house didn't burn down with that dodgy wiring.
Try harder next time again. But I don't know what was supposed to happen. Hilarity ensued. or was supposed to. Anyway, poor David. We upset him. I don't know why we upset him. I thought we were just having good fun, but I think we upset him.
I don't know why he's so sensitive, you know?
Well,
Oh, what's the queue for? What's the queue for?
I know this is what I'm trying to work out.
get in line,
Very-
quick. Get in line.
I don't know if they'll. I don't know.
Just get in line. Hurry up.
I'm not. Well,
Just tap.
there's
Just get in
no
line
non-
and
Is
ask
that
what.
JP Hi-Fi
no
or where's it going to?
non-Asian people here. It's
Yeah,
whatever
find
that
out what
is.
it's for. It's probably like
It's
best
this
bubble.
thing. I think they're all very orderly, like in a
Well, just
very
ask them what it.
specific
Ask them what's
line.
up.
So I guess it's
Listen, JD,
this
just
thing.
cut the line. Just go to the front of the line and see what happens.
Yeah. If I was deriving my income from YouTube, I'd be all over that, Mark. But
Cut the
as it
line.
Goella.
stands,
What's
I'm
so
just
special about Goella?
I don't know. I've never heard of it.
Just go to the
I'm
front
out
of the
of the
line and
loop.
say, "Excuse me, here for the
I'm out of
pontiff."
the loop.
Live
What's this?
streaming. Move.
It's more lines for stuff. People just like lining up for stuff. We have no idea what it is at the other end.
Pop Tart.
Must be.
Super chat.
What-
Super chat.
Oh,
Super chat CB $5 as of today on Chrono. There are 34 Le Mans and more are delivered every day. Will the value stay in 200s or soon go to the hundreds? Well,
when-
supply and demand.
When I was at the AD, as you know, to pick up this puppy the other day, and he goes, anything else you want? And I said, yeah, put me in for a Le Mans. And he just laughed. They had my AD, and they have 3 stores. He said they haven't even seen one. They've never
They
seen
haven't
one.
even seen one.
No, not yet. But I told him, hey, if you get one.
Very expensive. Would you buy it if he offered you one? Yes, of course.
Of course. Yeah, of course I would. But in reality, I think what happens is, like the owner is going to buy it. The owner will buy it. I'm surprised anybody sells those.
remember when people cared about the moon spots? Remember that period?
Yeah.
I think Bear wanted to buy the whole case, didn't he? When it first was announced, I want the whole case.
They're like plastic
sure he
tea
could.
socks, only shittier and more expensive.
Yeah. The blank can one was just super dog shit.
Actually,
Anyway.
you know what? I Bruce Williams has one, and I wore it, and it was less shitty than I would have expected. It was. I'll be honest.
Okay.
But still.
Yeah. No thanks. Would you guys, if you had the opportunity to get, or you wanted to get an Omega Speedmaster, would you get the white dial one over the new first Omega in space? I tried on both. I think I'm partial for the first Omega in space, but
I think it's beautiful, but I kind of like the original. I think the original is cool.
yeah, it's like anything. I think you just get sick of stuff. It's just a slightly different color dial, and you just lose your mind.
I wouldn't be put it this way. I wouldn't be selling your one to get another one. You know what I mean?
It'd be the worst time to sell it. Can you imagine how I'll be flooding the market?
When they first came out with that white dial, they made out like it was going to be exclusive, and they gave me a special invitation to buy it as a previous Omega customer, which of course I wasn't interested. But here's what's going to happen: there's going to be tens of thousands of them. It'd be very.
Seiko, look at that Seiko. Look at that.
Flooding it. Look, for the price, I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find anything better than that. Nothing wrong with that.
Seiko
Nothing wrong.
5. Shitta.
They're rubbish. The King Seikos, I've tried those. I'm thinking that there's something special. They're not.
Shitta.
No.
They're horrible. Horrible.
Horrible. Oh, it's like
Horrible.
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 And this is where they got the tram. They got the light rail. They don't call it trams. They call it light rail.
Yeah.
I
Which is
remember
a
in the
weird-
90s, you had a mono. They had the monorail.
Yeah, that
Remember
was
that?
terrible. I used to travel on that quite a bit when I was my first job in the
I
city.
never understood why they got rid of it. It was still a good
It wasn't. It was that future modern view of the world. It doesn't work outside of a theme park, I
No.
find, and it wasn't really a form of transport. It was more of a moving observation deck. It wasn't that efficient. It didn't have much room inside. The air conditioning would break, and it broke down quite a bit where they'd have to get like a like a cherry picker up to take the tourists out. It wasn't a good form of transport. It was too slow. It didn't go anywhere in particular. It just looped around the city from Darling Harbour into the city.
They use monorails at airports too, don't they?
Yeah, places like that. I think it works in a theme park, but just doesn't.
What do
The
you
light
think of
rails to go.
Marky's fucking Explorer 2? Isn't that sexy? I
That's
mean,
Jay Anthony,
great.
hop
That's
on,
you know
Jay
wonderful.
what?
Anthony. Jay
You know
Anthony's
what?
gonna come.
I really do think that is a fucking wonderful one and done. Fuck.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, no,
I
I'm
totally
done.
agree with that.
I'm done. I'm out of
No,
the
you're not.
hobby. I'm out of the
You're
hobby.
never done.
I'm done now.
You're never done, Mark.
I'm
But
finished.
no, it's a wonderful piece. That's awesome. I do love it. The polar dial's epic.
I'm
And
gonna
it's a
settle.
great, and it is such a versatile watch, and it truly could have that forever and not have to get anything else. I think it's an awesome watch.
One
I
and
love
done.
mine.
Yeah, it's a hobby killer. I'm completely finished now.
Have you said that before, Mark? Have you said that before at some
It's a
point?
hobby killer. It's a hobby killer. I'm just done now. It's a hobby killer.
Okay,
Give
see how we go.
throw the link down, Archie. I can't do it.
Yeah, I can post the link. That's
But
cool.
go
We can
ahead
do
because
that.
Jay Anthony and Mike join us hopefully in
Yeah.
maybe Bear.
I got to tell you something. Oh,
That's
Cartier
good.
looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Cartier diamond.
Yeah. It's not
It's
for
pretty-
poor people, is it?
Apparently not. Apparently not.
My
I don't
video,
know.
I made a video, by the way, JD.
Yeah.
JD. Why
mate.
every 50-year-old needs a HELOC.
Well, yeah.
No, and the reason is because you could get, once we're in our 50s, listen to me, JD, this could apply to
I'm
you
hearing.
too.
Yeah.
You could lose your job, right? Very easily to
Sure.
get fucking pushed out as we get older. And I just pinned the link as well. And what happens is if you've got a HELOC, you got money up your sleeve, you can at least survive. If you don't have money.
I have a question. What do they do to you if you don't repay your HELOC? What happens?
Well, basically, it's a HELOC is tied to your mortgage.
Yes.
They will repossess your house.
That's what I wanted to know. They'll just take your house.
Of course, it's like any debt. You've got to pay it back. Jay Anthony joins us.
Whoop.
I just wanted to congratulate Mr. Goldberg. Great choice. Archie, I approve. Awesome. Love it.
Yeah, it's a great one. Now, what
Is it really the final?
What have you put yours on there?
This is a sailcloth strap from old sailing
Is
sails.
that a four? Can you get rid of the super chat just for a minute, Archie, so we can see Jay Anthony?
Put him on full screen. Take me
No,
off.
I have it on it's called a sailcloth strap. They
Yeah.
take old sailboat
Yeah,
sails.
Southcloth is nice. Is that a 40 though, or the 42?
It's a 40. This is
Yeah.
a 1657. I've had it forever.
Yeah, I had one of those too. I just the clasp kind of bugged me a little.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
I'm curious though. The
Watch is great.
was your watch purchase inspired, or it was happenstance and you got lucky? Were you looking for one? Or they just had one and you're like, I can't resist.
Yeah, no, it was kind of like both. I texted my AD on the weekend and said, hey, if you come across one, think of me. I would like to come in and spend some money with you. And on Wednesday, he called me up and he said, come on in. They had one. So they had one that wasn't spoken for, and I think I was the first guy who asked. So it was kind of fortuitous. They had it in stock. Stock is improving. Not what he told me was GMT, it's still a wait.
Yeah.
Submariners, it's still a wait, but not as much. But a sprinkling of the other steel sports are just, they come in, they go out, they come in, they go out. It's no longer, I don't think it's as long a wait as it used to be for a lot of the other stuff. So this they had in the case, and he said, come pluck it. I couldn't believe it.
Were you looking for the white dial, or you just have really good taste and got lucky?
No,
or-
it was I asked them for a white dial one. The black is nice too, but it's
Yeah.
the white dial is the one to have. So I asked for the white. I wouldn't have bought the black. I would have waited.
Archie, are you the one that coined Polar Explorer? Did that come from you?
100. Well, I think partially, but I got to tell you something. The watch just looks superb. You know, the problem with that Explorer on his wrist is This is the thing Bear never got. Okay, let me say this to
That's
you.
awesome.
I
Yeah.
don't think that's any. Oh, that's fantastic. I don't think that's any less a watch than a Pepsi. Okay,
No.
I don't think it's less than a Batman, a
I-
Pepsi.
I have a Pepsi, and I don't know why, but I like this better. I don't love my Pepsi that much. Like
I
I
sold
like
my
my root
Coke.
beer.
Yeah.
Huh? What's that? What?
That's
Sorry.
the Matrix waterfall. You know the is that the Matrix waterfall?
Matrix, yeah, that's where he did his scene with Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, and all the people in the background slowed down. Pretty exciting. It's about as exciting as it gets. I'm gonna hop off. Jay Anthony, you're fantastic on stream. Awesome.
Oh, bless you.
Mark, legend. Archie, keep doing what you do. We all
We
love
do.
you. Take care. I'll
Right.
pop on later if it looks dire. I'll see you later. Bye.
Thanks for coming on. Sydney looks
No worries,
absolutely
man.
beautiful. It looks.
Yeah,
Hey,
thank you.
just quickly. Hey, JD,
Yeah,
just have a look
yeah,
in the
yeah.
window of Omega. What have they
Yeah.
got?
There you
JD, any Omega? Any? Have they got the white dial in the window?
What have I got here? No. Olympic stuff.
Omega.
Ladies.
Ladies.
Hey, ladies.
America's Cup.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Look at a Pro
Play
Golf.
Prof. Play Prof. That's
Yeah.
cool.
What color dial is that? Is that black or green?
It's smoky blue /
That's
gray.
cool. I like those.
Very cool.
Any speedies?
Very cool.
So I saw some.
Aquaterras two-tone. The red one looks all right. And
discount in the
Planet
store?
Oceans. No. We asked about the first Omega in space. The day before you could just buy one on the day, but now it's whitelisted, the one on the bracelet. There we go. All right, boys. I'll listen in. Have a good show.
Thank you. Thank
See
you
you
so much.
later.
Omega.
Thanks, JD.
See you guys. Bye. Anytime.
What a beautiful day. Isn't it a lovely city? Don't you think that's a beautiful city?
Yes, but I think I'm too big. Make me small.
That's awesome.
Man, that is an absolute. You know, I got to tell you something. That watch, the more I see, I honestly say this to you. I was talking to today's topic, the reality of being a Rolex investor. It's over. It's over. I think, see, and it's not because prices have fallen. The liquidity is not there.
Well, you can still get your money out of them pretty easy, but just not as not for the same prices as before. That's all.
Let me say this to you. I just saw Marky's beautiful Explorer 2. That watch there, this is what Bear never understood. He said, oh, sell the Explorer, sell this, sell that, and get a Pepsi. But how could I sell the Explorer 2 when it's so beautiful?
You know what's funny about that? I had a 16, 7, 10 Coke and this at the same time, and I got sick of the Coke and I sold the Coke and kept this.
Oh, wow.
Rolex doesn't do white dials very often. They're not very.
No, very few.
Yeah, they don't do a lot of fun stuff. And yours has the orange hand on it too. It pops really nicely.
And yours has the red, which is also
I have the red.
which pops.
Here we go.
This
We
is
got a
like-
super chat
yeah,
from the
it's
boss
like Rolex.
himself. Patel Philippe, $5. AC3, do you think that wait list is BS? You can't be serious. An Omega has a wait list, yet alone a first Omega in space. It's no Snoopy.
Snoopy.
But that's how you play the game. They're trying to play the game. You know, even if you go to Rolex, they have pretend. You can't just walk in and buy a bluesy. Even though they desperately want to sell you a bluesy, you can't do that. They will make you, okay, sir, we'll let you know. We'll take your express. They'll ring you a week later. But they don't want it. They realize as soon as it's available in the store, it's no longer desired. Do you want? It's a game. They're playing games. And I got to tell you something. One thing about this world, let me tell you one thing for sure.
Switch you and me, Archie. Switch with me.
You can bump me down. That's
Yeah.
fine.
I got to tell you, man, seriously, one thing you got to realize is in this world here, people want what they can't have.
You might just realize you can't always get what you want, but if you try sometime, you just might find get what you need.
That's what you need. That's exactly it. So I got to tell you, man, that could be easily it. I want to ask you guys something. Seriously, you got a few watches. You both, Mark has got a lot of watches.
Man,
If
It's an addiction.
you could talk to your younger self, Marky,
I would say don't do it. Don't start with this.
how
Bump him
many,
up so you can stare at him in the face. Let's make this awkward for him. Let's make it
how many
interrogation.
could you get? How many could you get is enough? Like,
One.
I honestly think some sort of submarine diving Rolex, a GMT Rolex, and maybe some sort of chronograph. That's
You've already
3 or 4
described. Hold on.
watches.
You've already described a nutball with 3 watches. Normal people have a watch. Period. One.
Sorry?
I said, when you start getting up, get one of these, one of these, one of these. Now you're up to 3 watches, and you think that's normal. It's not normal. It's insane. Normal people have a watch. Crazy people have 3, because 3 turns into 5. 5 turns into 8 because the box. 8 from there, from there it's just a disaster.
Especially if it's a newer Patek World Timer box. That's
Right.
very choice.
The next thing you know, you're going to Bangers to pick up a strap that you ordered.
What's your webcam budget, Mark?
You know what it is? It's a I don't know why it's so shitty.
You know what you need to do? You need to wipe the lens. The lens.
Watch me, I'm wiping it right now. It's not dirty.
And you want lights in front of you, not behind you.
Well, the light is directly over top of me. A little over top and in front. It's a MacBook. All I know is it's a MacBook. It's probably got shitty resolution. But it's a new
actually
one.
not too bad. It's the lighting. It's the lighting. Photography is lighting. But let me say this. Let me say this to you. This hobby itself, we got another super chat coming in fast. Rich Mitch, £2. Turkey Games. Yes.
Turkey
Games.
Jimmy says I prefer 480p because it makes me look younger. And you know what? You're not wrong. You're not really wrong. Hold on, I gotta plug in.
It's giving jaundice.
I'm running out of power.
How are you been, JD? Tell me, J. Anthony, how are you been?
I feel good. I got some time off of work coming up. I'm excited. How have you been? Do you get some rest? You're looking good.
I just released a video today explaining why every 50-year-old man needs a HELOC.
Needs consumer debt. J. Anthony, how do you feel about consumer debt?
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Geez.
Can you hear me out, please?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna put myself on mute, so just so I don't want to interrupt you and say something stupid. So
He doesn't want to scoff at you, is what he's saying.
The reason everyone needs every man needs a HELOC at 50 is that if you have savings, those savings shouldn't be in a fucking they shouldn't be in a CD, a term deposit, a cash deposit. They should be invested in assets that grow, i.e., retirement account or reduce your mortgage. Okay, that's where the money. When I say reduce mortgage, in Australia, we have variable mortgages.
Yeah,
okay?
but we're with you so far.
Okay.
So far, so good.
So,
we can't argue.
okay, so this is the thing. Now,
but I'm waiting.
you still need access to money, whether it's your money or borrowed money. Doesn't matter. Ideally, it would be your money. You would have.
I'll be back.
Ideally, it would be your money. Of course, in an ideal world, but in the reality is, if we wait for Dave Ramsey, we'll be 75 before we buy a fucking 3 Series BMW. That's just too long. Okay, Americans don't like to wait. The reality is, once you're in your 50s, you have a high chance of being displaced. With the corporate structure, the way the economy is, you have a high chance of being retrenched, pushed out through no fault of your own. Okay? And it is unlikely, it's very difficult once you're in your 50s to obtain high-paying work. It's not as easy as when you're in your 40s.
Mhm.
Now, my argument is, if you've got a reasonable job, you've got good financial figures, get the HELOC approved now, because when you are unemployed, they're not going to lend you nothing. This is a financial reserve. So let me give you an example, okay, in my own case. In my own case,
Mm-hmm.
I got my money tied up in watches and an apartment that I rent out. Okay? So the reality is the watch market now is fucking shit. It is difficult to cash out of the watch market. You can't just as easily sell a watch. Okay? It's not as liquid. The liquidity has gone because changing environment.
Okay.
Self-employed. This YouTube, I depend on YouTube, but that could end tomorrow. Okay? It could end tomorrow. So what my argument is, get your loans approved now. I didn't say start spending the money like a drunken sailor in a whorehouse. I did not say that. But let me give you an example. Say in my business, say the YouTube stops. So I'm no longer earning any money. Say, and the reality is it's not going to stop. It might drop 80%. There'll still be some money trickling in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at my age and my skill set, it's next to impossible for me to get a high-paying job. I've been self-employed for over 10 years. I was from the IT industry, which if you're 52 in IT, that's like being 62 in any other industry. It's a young man's game. They like young, enthusiastic, and cheap workers. Now, what I'm saying is get yourself some loans, pre-approved lines of credit, get it all ready, because when the shit hits the fan, guess what? If you've got access to money, you can service debt. You can keep it going. I didn't say spend it like a drunken sailor. You can, for example, I'm stuck in the car. I cannot give it back because it gives me a tax problem. And secondly, the market is very bad at the moment for luxury cars. It's pseudo luxury cars like the 3 Series, swamped market, very, very depressing situation. So if you're pushed to sell to a dealer, you'll never do as well if you sell it privately to a private buyer. You'll always do better if you've got a bit more time to try and get a bit more. Now, with access to money, it means you're not pushed to fire sale anything. And that's it. That's all I'm trying to say. It gives you, now the thing is, with any sort of borrowing, any product that involves borrowing money, you could make a bad situation so much worse. Yes, that's the downside. You can multiply, the disaster can be so much worse. However, it can also save you. If you've got enough money to ride out the storm, it can save you. Does that make sense?
No. One of the best pieces of advice I've ever heard was never take advice from someone who has not accomplished what you seek out to accomplish. So the advice you just gave, would you give yourself this advice, the 20-year-old, and say, my strategy for life is what really is going to pay off for me?
Put it this way. You know, life isn't always rosy. You have obstacles that come up. Time, if you can buy time holding your position, you can come up with you can also get yourself deeper in a hole.
Can I give you an alternative?
What's that?
The HELOC accrues interest. You're going to sell
Only
things.
If you use the HELOC, it accrues interest.
Okay. What if, hypothetically speaking, we sold off all the watches and we took that money at a depreciated amount, whatever it is, we put it into a mutual fund or even something super conservative, a CD at 4.8%, and we actually made money and potentially recouped the lost investment in those watches and actually ended up net positive. And then we said, hey, Archie, you can spend that positive part and buy yourself another watch as a reward for financial responsibility. How does that sound?
It sounds boring. The reality, I understand what you're saying. That's a fair point. We've got another super chat. Super chat. Patel Philippe, $10. J Ant received a word from Marcelo. He said, hashtag KMs, that you are apart in Japan. He said you will not eat a steak as sumptuous as his in that number of years. Hence, you must go.
What's a KM? I don't know what that means. Sorry. I get the rest of it.
Know what a KM is. What is Powie going to add? Hey, Powie!
Hello, Archie. I've just got the secret to being a millionaire. It's number one, the two rules. These are the secrets to my success. Number one, wash all your clothes in your second-hand shower water. And the number two is never flush the toilet after a wee, only after a poo.
So tell me, how is the Mercedes going, Powie? You know, Powie, I had a fix for his key fob, but he was too slow to respond.
I remember now. I was around for this, yes.
Yeah, I got it. I got an answer. Let me say to you, J. Anthony, see, the reality is, for a lot of Americans, they have lived. If you're coming into your 50s and you don't have a paid off home, let me ask you something hypothetical. Can I ask you something?
Sure. I love jokes. Tell me more.
Is it better off to have a fully paid off home? Or is it better off to have a home where you have 40% mortgage and you also own an investment property where you have 50% equity? What is better of the two? Which scenario? A fully paid off home with no debt, or now that I'm talking the same amount of net worth between, if you take the loans, the two properties as opposed to one property, what is the better position you would rather be in? What would you rather be in?
I would rather be in the fully paid off home or the home I have the ability to pay off and using additional income to finance a second property. And it would have to be at a super low interest rate in a market that I think is stable.
Because what the problem is, what you're not answering it, and that's the problem with these Dave Ramseys of this world. If you've got the exposure to two properties, the capital gains on both will outpace the capital gains on one property.
Not necessarily. It depends on the market, and it depends on when you get out of it. I mean, where I live,
this is the casino of life. The casino of life, okay?
The value of the house that I'm sitting in right now has gone up $700,000 up and down in the time that I bought it. It went up that much, it came back down that much. Depending on when I sold it, I was way up and I broke even. And it's like, this is gambling.
But you need somewhere to live.
Yeah, but this isn't an investment. If this house ends up being worth nothing, it's a place that I lived in. I don't treat it like an investment.
Everything we own is an investment.
Is it? Our underwear investment? Is your BMW an investment?
You want to be naked? A car, it's an investment. Well, it has some, it gives you pleasure, but it has some value.
The IKEA cabinet was a great investment for both of us. I'll give you that. I mean, it holds a lot of junk. I love it. The knowledge behind you was a great investment. All those books have added a lot of value. I hear you.
Yeah, exactly right. I got to say to you, I think sometimes you need gearing to have the exposure. Like in markets like California and that, there's no way you could afford to buy a house if you didn't have leverage. And I'll be honest with you, if you have a 2% mortgage in America, they fix the mortgage for the life of the loan. If you've got money at 2%, even 3%, you'd be insane to pay that off early. I mean, have a bit of a buffer, sure. I didn't say, but you would be insane to pay that off because that is basically free money. Do you understand?
I don't, and I respect and agree to disagree. I would not change any of the financial decisions that I made in my life, one iota from what I've done. I would not go a different route. But manifest destiny. You have a bigger watch collection than me right now, and if that brings you more joy, I respect that.
But it's not a competition like that.
Well, I'm perfectly content with the decisions I made.
See, I'll tell you the problem is you're in the peak. You're 35. You're young, athletic. You're at the peak. By the way, stop. Could you stop bringing that Coke? You're making me want a Coca-Cola. I've got to go and get a Coke, okay?
Run.
I got to go and get a Coke. I'll be back. Let me get a Coke. I got to get a Coke. You're driving me crazy.
You're welcome. Happy to be an influence, hopefully on a financial level at some point. While he's away, please, please, please do not take out HELOCs. Please, please, please do not buy things that are depreciating assets with money that isn't yours at high interest. Please.
Look what I got here.
That's the first. That's a good
soft drink. I don't drink soft drink. It's a Coca-Cola classic.
You are more American than me. I have to say that. We should have adopted you a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my glasses. I want to see whether it's cornstarch or cane sugar. Because
Have you had the Mexican Coke?
Sorry?
Have you tried Mexican Coke with the cane sugar in the glass bottle?
I love that. They got proper.
Yep.
I'm just checking it here. How do I tell whether it's got?
What's the second ingredient after water?
Okay, I'm gonna find it. Here we go. Carbonated water, sugar, color, food acid. Doesn't tell me what sort of sugar.
Well, it says sugar. It doesn't say anything else. I guess I'll give it that.
I'm going to try this Coca-Cola.
Give us a review with double glasses.
That's amazing. That was amazing. That was amazing. A Coca-Cola can be that good. I've been eyeing this off for weeks. You know?
I'm happy to be a good influence on you. Cheers.
Now, which one is more diet effective? This classic or your one?
This was given to me by my significant, and it's 0 sugar and caffeine free. So that tells you that I didn't pick this one out. Yours tastes better.
Yes, the caffeine. You need the caffeine. You know what
I do. I want to be a little anxious every part of the day. You know, it's part of a pick me up.
J-Ant received a word from Marcelo. He said KMs, hashtag KMs that you are part in Japan. What does he mean?
Patel just explained it to me. I didn't catch on her. So thanks, Tan. So kilometers. So I mentioned that I'm going to be in Japan in the near future, and I'm going to be not quite where he's at. He's in Meguro, if I remember, and it's a bit of ways, but he's basically saying to go for a steak. I'm going for my ekibin, Phil, and my onigiri and my takoyaki, but I may stop by.
Can I tell you something?
You can tell me anything.
The reality is, right, having 4 children has cost me over $1 million. That's why I need to use HELOCs, home equity lines, and credit facilities to cover my way. Do you realize I'm on the back foot? As soon as you have a child in America or Australia or Canada, it is a money pit. Worse than any Chris Bangle 7 series.
So what you're saying is, rather than a HELOC, birth control or abstinence. Okay.
Having children is the money waster. You know this. You know this.
I've never had it in me, and I don't know why. I feel guilty about it, but I've never wanted kids.
It's the women who want to have the children. That's the problem.
I actually know a lot that don't either. It's kind of funny. My generation's screwing it up.
I can't believe. I think you'd make a great dad, but I must say that.
I appreciate that.
I think you'd be a really. I think maybe in the future have one. It's your choice. I mean, I know people who have children. I know people who don't have children. It's your own verdict. They can bring you a lot of joy and they can bring you a lot of pain. That's the thing with them. Okay.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, Japan is absolutely. When are you going to Japan, or you talk about it later?
We can talk about it later. Yeah.
I've got to tell you, Jay Anthony, seriously, a lot of us are not as wise as yourself, right? Once we get into our 50s, how long have you got, really? Okay? How long have you got? Seriously, see? A lot of people, the problem is divorce is a terrible thing. You marry the wrong partner. That can be financial Armageddon. That can be a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
And the reality is we never know what the future is going to hold. I remember years ago in the 2000s, pre-2000s, houses were cheap. They were very much more affordable. You could easily rent. I know people who sold a property and rented because they thought it'd be better off, only for them to be slaughtered when the market did bounce back, you know?
Wow. Yeah.
But I got to tell you, watches it themselves there. You know, I was a bit down. I think the buying cycle makes us more happy. Do you find that, like the psychology of buying? I actually thought about buying another watch. So I mean, no, why that? I just got a HELOC. I'm scared about financial future,
Mm-hmm.
and then I want to buy another watch. Am I insane? How many fucking watch? I got a Bluesy and an Explorer and a Speedy. Those three is enough.
I think you and I both love finding a good deal. You always want what you want until you have it, and then you want something else. But I too get very excited about finding stuff on sale. I think we need to find.
At the moment, what do you think of the Mercedes EQS?
Oh, the electric one, yuck.
That's the electric S class. They're apparently in my country. You can buy one with like 1,000 miles on it for less than half price.
That car is going to have the relevance of a 10-year-old iPhone in a couple of years. That's going to be e-waste. There's nothing about that car that's going to maintain it having any desirability over like 5 years. It's basically throwing your money away.
Would a new petrol S class have any relevance?
No. The last one I cared about was the W221. After that, I've kind of stopped caring about them.
Oh, they weren't that great.
No, I guess the most previous generation before this current one that's all iPads glued to the dash, that was nice too. They still made a V12 that was nice. Yeah, okay. The current one I don't like at all. You like it? Looks cheap to me. And you see reviews, people push the dashboard, it like squeaks and stuff when you push on the wood. Like everything's like backed by plastic padding. It just feels very fake wealth.
Tell me this, would S-Class, people don't buy S-Classes now, do they?
How do you mean?
Like they've gone to SUVs. People, it's very sad.
I mean, where I live, I see them occasionally, but I see a million G-Wagons is what I see instead, to your point. I see the GLS, like the AMG version of the GLS, or I see a lot of G-Wagons where I live.
It's a bit of sugar. Get me going big time.
There you go.
There we go. We got Patel Philippe, super chat. 5035 versus 5036. And what's Eddie doing? Hey, Eddie. I don't think he's coming on. Okay, let's have a look here, man. 5035. They're both 37 mil. I think it's too small. I'm sorry. Tan, I wanted to love this watch, but you had one, Tan, and I think the problem is It's the Patek 5035. Yeah, I love the 5035. Okay, please don't get me wrong.
You had one.
Yep, that's actually my photo there. That's
Yeah.
my photo. I really did enjoy it. I had
Like-
it. I sold it. I bought it back. It was stolen, unfortunately. Beautiful watch. Absolutely beautiful watch. The 5036, it's on a bracelet. It actually feels slightly larger, and they move. They got the moon phase, and they've got a power reserve. So we'll say hello. Eddie, how are you, man? I don't know what he's doing. Eddie's playing games. That's okay. What do you think? Do you like it on a bracelet? Look at that. That is actually, I think that would actually suit you, Jay Anthony.
I almost picked up a 5035 for $16,000, but somebody got to it before I could snag it.
A 5035, was it?
Yeah, for 16K. It was a real deal. I was on a strap though. It wasn't on a bracelet. You told me it worked
Don't
small
do
though.
the 5035 never came on a bracelet. How much was it? 15, was it? Or 16?
It was 16,000. Which at the time, this is like 6 months ago, it was ridiculously cheap for what it was.
Yeah, it should be a little bit more. But the problem is they are a bit small. You know what I mean?
You told me it wears smaller than it looks. Yeah.
Because it uses a 19 mil strap.
Oh, that's okay. That's kind of weird.
And then also the bezel, they've made it concave. So it gives the impression, it makes it feel smaller.
You had yours quite a while now.
Sorry?
You had yours for many years, if I recall, right?
Yeah. I had one. I got it for my 40th. I sold it and I bought it back. I bought the exact same one back.
Oh, wow.
And unfortunately, as I said, it was stolen. But hey, you know what? I'd actually, in the future, I actually do want to downsize some watches. I think that'd be really cool to get out of some pieces.
So real quick, you hinted at something and I didn't take the bait. You said you were looking at adding another watch. What were you looking at?
I was looking at a PAM.
Tell me more. Not that I approve of the purchase, but yes, tell me more.
Yeah, Heloc. No,
Uh-huh.
I was actually thinking of a PAM. Radiamir.
Yep.
Radiamir. I like the Radiamir because it's the vintagey type one.
Yep, I just sold one like a month ago.
They're a great watch. What model
Yeah.
did you what did you have?
I had a 287. It was 45 mil. It was too big for me. I didn't like it on my wrist. Actually, that's my picture right there. That's mine in the upper right corner with the black strap. That's my wrist.
Oh, that's yours. Look at that.
That's my watch. I just sold that watch. That's funny.
How much did you get for it?
3K. It wasn't much for trade-in.
It was what?
I said I only got like 3K when I sold it because the older market's just not worth much, and they flipped it. For
3K,
40.
that's nothing.
I know they flipped it the next day for 4,400, but I just want out of it.
You sold it to a mini dealer or what?
I have a dealer in town I'm friends with, and I help out, and he gives me watches to review sometimes. So it's just kind of a friendship I have.
Jeez, that was cheap. I don't know if I would have sold it that cheap. You're better off just keeping the bloody thing.
I don't look at these as investments, and I know this sounds weird, but I just felt bad at sitting in the safe. I'm like, somebody else will get joy out of it. I support the business. If he makes some money off of it, it makes me happy. I want to support his business. So to me,
3K. What did you pay for it?
3,200. I bought it on sale like whenever this was. So I bought it in 2017. I had it 7 years, so I lost $200 on it, and I got money out of reviews. Yeah, I'm not upset about it.
Box papers?
Box papers, everything. Even had the little rubber or the little plastic thing that goes over the case
My
to protect
God,
it.
yeah.
I know. I guess I should have given it to you.
That's okay. Look, it is what it is. I got to tell you, Pam itself there, yeah, you said it was too big. See, I don't like to buy things too small. I like to buy. There's a lot of value there.
It was a beautiful watch, and I love how they put the magnifier under the crystal. It's like the inverse of a cyclops. It's very cool. It feels very Italian. So it has a lot of character, and everybody notices this watch too, which honestly I didn't like. I had people would stop me all the time about it, and it got awkward.
Yes, yes,
Not
yes,
stealth.
yes. I see what you're saying, man. That is an amazing. What are you buying in Japan? Can I?
I'm looking for several things. Panerai wise, I'm looking for a PAM 91. There's several in Japan. They're a really rare model, and I've been trying to find one that's like unmolested.
Oh, I see.
I'm looking.
You're actually going there to buy stuff in Japan. You will buy.
If I find, I mean, yeah, I do. I mean, I am actively looking for some things when I'm there. I'm not just going to shop, but I love Japan as I have an addiction to it. But I'm looking for that. I'm looking for a Patek 5123, Grand Seiko, a Cartier Roadster, and I don't any Rolex sports watch that's a decent deal. Honestly, it's a two-tone. I want to get a two-tone.
Wow, I can't believe it, man. But whew,
We'll see what I find. I'm gonna go to Nakano.
I can't believe you sold the PAM so cheap. That's so. I'm Jay Anthony, please. I suppose I get what you're saying. You got your money back, and you weren't wearing it. That's why you got to make sure you buy something that you really do like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't treat these as investments, and you know, I can just take the money I got out of it, put it in a CD for a year, and I'll get my money back anyway. So like, whatever.
Yeah, but it's the opportunity cost. That money was more powerful 5 years ago than today. Don't you see that? 3,200 7 years ago is like $5,000 today. No.
Yeah, I'm in a very fortunate position. This isn't going to make a difference in my life.
No,
but I hear your point. I hear your point. I hear your point. I did undersell it, and part of me gets a little bit of pleasure out of knowing the dealer made money on it because I really like them and I want them to do well. But no, I would have loved to got more.
Well?
What was that?
Is he doing well now, or what's it? Market's tough.
They actually. So I don't want to give away their name because I don't want people doxing me. But they do really good business. So they used to be more focused on vintage, and what they've realized now is the market shifted. So what he was telling me, and I think Mark, your other guest, was making comments about this from Crown and Caliber. $2,000 and below, and high end stuff is all still in demand. It's the stuff in the middle that kind of fell out. And so he's very focused on like original condition, box and papers, more modern stuff. So this was an odd pick for him to buy it off of me, but he very much specializes in like new Rolex, Patek, Vacheron. It's box papers last couple of years. He sells that stuff all day long because the rich people are still buying stuff. They want everything perfect and they want it now.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Did you buy your Patek off him?
No, I bought my Patek in New York on Long Island.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, I sound like I'm a snob, though, based on the chat. So, anyway.
CB, we got a super chat. CB, $5. What year happened to Archie that he wants only big watches now that big watches are not in style? They are cheap, but they will be even cheaper. What happened to Archie that he wants only big watches now that big watches are not in style? That's right, they're not in style, are they?
Well, to be clear though, I don't have an issue with big watches. This watch particularly just is not comfortable on my wrist. So the way it looks beautiful, but the way the lugs come out, the wire lugs, the way it sits, it's like having a pocket watch strapped to your wrist. I do like bigger watches, like they're like the Super Ocean Breitling. Honestly, is fine to me. This watch it feels like a pocket watch on your wrist. It's kind of weird.
That's fitting. Another choice I was looking at was actually a Super Ocean Breitling. If I could,
I like those. Yeah. The Avenger, the Super Avenger, even is cool.
No, I want the Super Ocean Heritage. I like that retro look.
They're a great deal too. I can't believe how poor their resale is. They're like giving them away now. It's terrible. They're like $2,000 for a nice one. I can't believe how poor the resale is.
Oh, I don't understand that. Do you? Why is it so bad?
I don't get it either. The Navitimer I love, but that's like the only one that holds its value. The rest they fall off a cliff. The Premier line's awesome. I've always liked the Chronomat. I don't know why they're so undesirable used.
I can't understand. I think Breitling itself they were so cool. You know, there was a time when Breitling was cool. I think you got to buy things that you really love. Don't worry about coolness, what everybody else thinks. It's I quite like that Pam you had there. I would that's beautiful watch. It is a very it's a beautiful watch.
It is a
I
beautiful
also
watch.
love the California dial. You know the California dial, Pam.
I love that. Yeah, I love California
It's a
dials.
bit
Those are
big.
all.
That's 47 mils.
Yeah, that's a two-hander, right? Most of the ones I've seen at least have been the two-handers, correct?
Yes.
No, I love. Again, I'm going to buy another one. I'm looking for a 91, which is also 45 millimeter. But the way the lugs are, it's more comfortable on the wrist. It's not a size thing. It's the way it fits on my wrist.
Yeah, I get what you're saying there. I must tell you this: the big thing is with Pam,
Mm-hmm.
the resale value. It's atrocious. They have atrocious resale value.
Oh, it's
Breitling has atrocious.
Yep. Meg is not great either.
Unless, look, I think on the Speedmaster, it's not terrible because that's the iconic Speedmaster. You can't, but even then, Omega does annoying things. They released the 3861 movement one.
Mm-hmm.
And then they released one not so long after that. That's a fucking adjustable on the clasp. And everybody wants, you know what I mean? It's fucking annoying. Like, why would they do that? You know?
Yeah, engineered obsolescence. I know they're really good at baiting us with crap.
It's
like the white dial.
Marky really looks happy. Would you ever consider an Explorer 2? That's a beautiful watch. You know, he got that Explorer 2.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I love the Explorer 2. There's nothing wrong with it.
Would you get the newer one, the 40? Or you think?
It's just one. I mean, I like the 42 a lot, but it's like I don't need two Explorer 2s, and then why would I sell this one to buy the 42? I do like it a lot. Honestly, I do. It's just not worth swapping to me.
Yeah. Well, with my rules here in this box, I got 4 chronographs, which I think is a little. See, the problem is I look at it and say, well, I don't want to get rid of the Breguet. The Breguet is kind of cool.
I do really like that Breguet, legitimately. I think it's a beautiful watch. I think you bought it really well.
Yeah. Mind you, I really love the JLC because it's a black dial. One's brown, one's black. I really fucking like it. I've got 2 steel chronographs, the Omega and the Zenith. The thing with the Zenith is I paid so little for it. I paid about 3.5 for it. It wasn't a lot of money. And I know if I sell it, I'll fucking want it back. You know what I mean? I think for me, another diver would be good to add to this box. I'm a bit chrono heavy. I got a world time. I've got I've got, I think another diver would be good, especially a Pam, because it gives you something on rubber. You know what I mean? Leather and rubber. It's a unique sort of type of piece.
Have you ever considered a Yachtmaster? Not the regular Yachtmaster.
The problem is any Rolexes, they're so dear now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be double what I pay for a Pam. More than double. You know what I mean? Triple.
I mean, the Luminar is just fun to play with mechanically. The little latch thing on to release the crown to wind it and set the time is just fun to play with. It's like a, what do you call it?
I don't mind the Radiomir. Like, that's the vintagey more one, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's back in the day when they were using Rolex movements, the original design, if I recall. They were talking like the 40s design. Yeah. No, it's a beautiful watch. It really is. It just did not fit on my wrist well. And then where I live, it's freaking hot. And so having a lizard strap is just annoying. You sweat into it and it sticks to your wrist and whatever. First world problems. I wanted a bracelet.
I I must admit, you look at your watch. I like to have one photo with the whole collection in it. I get a lot of pleasure looking at it and thinking, what should I do? Like, I really love the two Rolexes I've got. I got the Bluesy and I got the Explorer. Those are two really nice Rolex to have.
I've never had all my watches together at once because they're always at the bank or somewhere. And I'd feel too weird having them all out at the same time.
Fair point.
That's
Two steel chronographs. I like that. Like the Omega and the.
yeah, they're very different.
Well, they're very iconic. The Omega is iconic, and the Zenith was apparently one of the first automatic. That's their claim to fame. First automatic chronograph, late 60s. And then I got the World Time. World Time is amazing. I think I'm possibly got. I might even keep the JLC because it's actually a more comfortable, and I think the Breguet would sell easily because it's a lot of the Breguet is a lot of bang per buck. You know what I mean?
What watch in this box do you wear the least?
You know, I really, I don't know. I'll wear everything. I don't really mind. It's what's Eddie doing? What are you doing, Eddie? I don't know what he's doing. I got to tell you, which one do I wear least?
I've seen you wear the Bluesy. I've seen
I
your
wear
Breguet.
everything. I wear everything. If I don't wear it, there's no point having it. Okay.
Agree.
I probably wear the Patek. I mean, but the Patek I like to keep for special occasions. You know, like I'll wear that. What I try and do with the Patek, something special. I'll wear that Christmas Day. I'll wear that New Year's. You know what I mean? I wear that. I want to try and get watch time with it. That's what I try and do is get watch time. You know, okay. What don't I wear? Look, you know, I will wear everything here. I love all of those pieces. I fucking love. Okay. I suppose with the precious metal on the leather strap, sometimes that's not so practical because it's very hot in Australia, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I suppose the Bluesy that'll get a lot of wear. The Explorer 2, I love that watch.
Oh, you're getting a lot of. Hold on, you're getting some super chats, sir, and you just got a big one from
Super chat. CB $5. Archie, 5 years ago, what score and advice on your collection? Archie, 5 years ago, what score and advice on your collection? 5 years ago, 2019. I think I actually had 3 Rolex then. I had a two-tone pre-ceramic Bluesy V serial number. Maserati Daytona, that's the blue dial two-tone Daytona. I had a 40 mil Explorer 2, just like Jay Anthony's one. I had a Zenith Open Heart. I had a Reverso Grand Date. And I had 2 Pateks. I had a World Time 5110 and a 5296, which is basically the automatic version of your Patek. Automatic with date at 3. So that's what I had.
CB's asking you to reread his question. He thinks you missed the point of it.
Archie, 5 years ago, what score and advice on your current collection?
So Archie, 5 years ago, what do you grade your current collection?
Well, these were all fashionable then. You know, that Breguet was so fucking hot. And the JLC, it'd be an 11 5 years ago, CB. 11! Because those Breguets were so expensive. 5 years ago, they were so dear. That JLC was big money. The Patek was big money. The Bluesy was big money then too. That would have been an amazing collection. Yes, definitely. Let me say that. Amazing. I'm really happy I got that box back. That kind of, I love the box. I know you're not into these things. You're not into boxes, are you? Hey.
I actually really appreciate them, but then I don't know what to do with them. I don't like leaving them out in the house because then people come over and realize that I have nice things, and I feel weird just jumping like keys and stuff into them. So it's like I don't know what their utility is. Like that Panerai box, I did use that because Panerai has the solid wood boxes. You're gonna get angry with me, but I took the lining out of it and I just put like junk in it, and it was a great like
You
box to
didn't
hold.
throw the lining away, but
No. I kept all of it, but I put my car keys and stuff in it. I treated it like a box to hold stuff. What else was I gonna do with it? Put it in my attic?
yeah, until you sell it, you know.
And then those Rolex boxes, I mean, they're, I don't know. What am I going to do? Sit it on my coffee table and be like, I got a Rolex? Like, what am I going to do with it?
We got a super chat from Watch Chat 30 Malaysian ringgit. Buy only what you need. If it's anything else that you want, be prepared to lose money. One car is more than enough. Support each other. Buy some XRP, not a financial advice unless you make dollars from it. Buy what's XRP?
Cryptocurrency, right?
I don't like that crypto crap. Do you like crypto crap?
I don't understand it enough to buy it. I don't have anything against it, but I don't understand it well enough at this point.
I remember these jokers, people were putting their retirement funds into crypto crap. You remember that?
I know people that have made and lost fortunes on it for sure. Actually, I know someone in my family that was a trader in it a couple of years ago and won and lost a house worth of it.
Saying, what would I say of this collection 5 years ago? CB, you know what? Too many chronographs. This guy's got too many chronographs. But I would respect the brands there. You look at it. Breguet, Patek Philippe, Rolex, Jaeger LeCoultre, Omega Zenith.
How many times have you been corrected for JLC? How many assholes have been like, that's not how you say JLC? People love to correct that watch name and then mispronounce it a different way.
Yeah, I've got to tell you seriously. I like the watches. I don't really want to sell any watches at the moment. The market's tough at the moment. Market's very bad at the moment.
Good time to buy, not sell.
It's not even a good time to buy because dealers. The problem is this, okay? You want to sell. Fuck, you took such a big loss on that pan. That's kind of insulting, okay?
Okay.
Seriously, that is garbage. That's not a good price, okay? But I mean, I get what you're saying. You just get sick of it. You know what I mean? So I couldn't sell it for 3. I'd say, fuck it. I'll just keep it then.
No, I mean, no, hey, I agree that I left money on the table. There's some part of me that feels weird just having expensive stuff around I don't use. I don't know what drives it, honestly. It's probably the Catholic guilt of my childhood.
Yeah. I get it. A few nice watches. I love a nice watch. Don't you? A watch? Don't you like to put on a nice watch? Isn't it nice?
Every time I wear my President or even my Speedmaster, I never get sick of those two watches specifically. The Yachtmaster too. Those are ones I can wear all day, every day, and never get sick of.
Your Yachtmaster too.
Oh, I'm saying 2 TOO, not the Yachtmaster. I hate the Yachtmaster too. The Regatta one I think is ugly. No, I'm just saying that the two-tone platinum and regular one. That watch, I love that watch.
CB, I got to tell you, man, 5 years ago, I would say beautiful collection. A lot of these would have been a lot more valuable. This is like, you know, the thing is, 5 years ago, let's look at this watches. That Breguet would not be cheap. 5 years ago, it was current model, solid gold Breguet.
What was retail on that? Like 30K? What did those cost? I don't even know.
Yeah, something like that. 30K US. Yeah. The Patek 5 years ago, that was an in-demand Patek. I'm just going to say goodbye. 1 minute there. Hey, Josh, you going out? What time are you back? Hey, I'm I got to tell you something. 5 years ago, that stuff would have been expensive. The Submariner would have been current model.
Yeah.
The JLC would have been hot. Yeah, that's a cool. Fuck, I love you. That'd also be 30 grand. I got the receipt for it. That's what he paid. It's over 30,000 US.
Oh, that hurts.
The Paddock would be. Look, all this stuff is so. But you know what? This is the joy. You can get this stuff later on far, far cheaper. It's the value proposition. I love it a lot. I love chronographs. I find it useful to time shit. Do you find that? Like, I like to time shit. Like, if I'm cooking a steak, I time it. If I'm parked the car, I time it. If I do this, you always. I find timing stuff very useful.
Ironically, I use the bezel on the dive watches more than I do on the chronographs. I'll just use the dive bezel on my Yachtmaster to time stuff.
CB, I agree with you, but you would have given a 10 if they paid $100 and 5 if they paid you 25. Thank you, CB. I tell you something, Jay Anthony. I like looking at. See, I like photography. I like this photo. I got to tell you, I like this photo because I got that old aged oak chair, a little bit of a garden, a little bit feral there. It's just a nice planned photo. I get a lot of joy, Jay Anthony, out of taking a collection spread. I like collection spreads because what I find with these is I can look back in the past or in the future and see something, it just makes me. I'll show you another photo here. Have a look at this. See, this was before I gave. Oh, JD, look
You're
at
still
this.
going. You're still going. There you
Look at
go.
that.
Bit of a view.
Beautiful. JD, how are you?
Yeah, good. Just about to head home.
What did you go into the city for?
I've got a camera I was testing out. I haven't had it out for a while. The Sony A7 IV, the G Master lens on it. I haven't got that out for ages. I thought I'd give it a go. Still works. This is where they have in summer, which summer is coming up, like the Moonlight Cinema. They have a movie screen that appears out of the water there with the city behind, which is pretty cool. It's sort of like an automated screen that comes up. They usually play it to the music of the Blues Brothers. Remember Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi in the start of it where they do the jump across the bridge? Well, the screen comes out of the water similar to that with that music playing, which is really good. So if you're ever in Sydney, Moonlight Cinema down here at the Botanic Gardens, highly recommended, particularly with all of the buildings behind like that. Saw some old movies there as well. Rear Window, Alfred Hitchcock, which was pretty cool with all the buildings and all of the windows behind. If you're ever in Sydney.
And you're on the
What time
ferry
of
now,
year?
is that right?
No, I'm on the ground walking, but I'm about to go
wow.
around to Circular Quay.
It sounds terrible, but I think of Mission Impossible too when I look at Sydney. Did you ever see that movie?
Yeah. Yeah, you see that, don't you, when you see a movie? And particularly here, you go, I recognise that building. It's forever there. We're talking a bit of JLC and whatnot. We're having a chat to some mates the other day about the JLC staff, the pricing, the
Yes.
Richmond staff, 40% increase and all of that.
Yes.
Your duo face, what complications was on that, Arch? What did you have on that one that you sold?
No, that was not a duo face. That was a reverso grandate. So it had but it was a double barrel. It had 8-day power reserve.
Right. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, it was a special watch. It was a great piece.
On the other side of this peninsula, there's Woolloomooloo Bay Wharf, where Russell Crowe used to live.
What's going on, Eddie? How are you?
Hey man, I don't know, man.
Hey,
Something's wrong with
man.
my network, man. They're throttling me or something. I don't know. Can you
Did you
hear
get the
me?
job? Did you get the job?
They're gonna tell me by tomorrow to let me know.
Okay.
Guess what, man? My friend got in big trouble, man. Can you hear me?
What for? What did he get in big trouble for?
Man, this guy named Al, he used to be my cellie in prison, right? So he's from Chicago. He got out, right? Listen what happened to this guy, man. They go to a party or something, or like to a...
Oops, he's falling out. So,
I'm getting cold for dinner. I got to jump off. Good to see you. Thanks for the
hey,
chat.
thank you so
Thanks,
much
Anthony.
for coming,
Good to
Jay.
talk to you.
We love you, man.
Love you guys. Good evening. Good morning.
Sydney is looking so beautiful there.
Perfect day today. 29. Can't
Does
complain.
your wife go out with you, Jay Anthony?
I'm not Jay Anthony, but I hear what you're saying.
Sorry, JD.
They sleep in on a Saturday and a Sunday, and it's a long
They what?
weekend today. They're up late, so they're not going to get up early. I sent them a message. I'll probably meet up with them later if they decide to get moving. They're hard to get going early in the morning, so that's okay.
That's super cool.
Yeah. To the travel, you say the travel's going to slow down, mate. No more traveling for a while.
Yes. And we got
Fair enough.
Kesto Wits joining us. Hello!
Oh,
Hey,
tell 'em to
Paul!
They're slow.
Hey, guess what? My wife wants to
Lady,
get a
how you
Subaru.
Goodbye.
Subaru.
Yes, join the ranks. Paddock and Subaru, Paul. Paddock.
Actually,
and
she
Subaru.
wants to get a Subaru. They got a small baby SUV called a Crosstrek.
Yeah, those are great. You should get it.
Sorry?
You should get it.
Yes.
The Jap Eco Ship Box, the Fortress of Solitude.
The Jap Eco. They're not that cheap, you know.
No, they're more than Hondas and Toyotas typically.
Subaru. How are you been, man? What's
Like
going
this
on?
one though, it's like the snowmobile, you know, the snowmobile with the
CVT.
variable transmission. Yeah.
I hate that. I test
I
drove one. I hate
know.
that transmission, but
For your girl, it's fine. No worries. How you been? How's my friend Paul?
hey, I'm okay, man. What's new with you? Have you bought anything, done anything? Tell us.
We're heading to New York. New York, baby. What's going on? Why aren't you joining us? Didn't you have the time of your life last time? What's going on?
It's too expensive, man.
Bro, join us. Come on.
No. I fucking spent a fortune this year on travel, which no recouping.
Yeah, but this is with all your boys.
Yeah, but the problem is, see, you're in California.
The community,
It's not expensive.
Paul.
It's not that expensive. For me, it's a 20-hour flight. It's awful.
No, you're right. The hotels are not cheap. I don't know. It's that weekend in particular for some reason, but fuck it. Come on, it's once a year.
Not cheap, are they? Hey.
Once a year. Come on, Tan, Hoff, Jamie Opulence. Bro, it's gonna be
All the stars.
it's gonna be good times.
So how you been, man? You been busy?
Yeah, so busy. It's good though. I'm glad to be working. But yeah. A lot of hours. Some of the hours are like 80 hours.
That's not fun.
Some of the weeks, I mean, are like 80 hours a week. Yeah. What else?
I got no content going on here. Just trying not to
Have
trip
you had
over.
any bite on the boxes? Have you sold the box yet? Or what are you doing?
No. Those are just sitting. I think I'll give them away. I think we'll do some gifts when the time is right. I think I'm a one and done man, Paul. One and
Oh,
done.
you can be with that. Look at that. That's how you do
This
it.
is all you need right here. This, Mark's talking about, oh, this ends the hobby. My guy, this ends the hobby right here.
But I think you still need a Rolex, but don't you think?
Not really. I've thought that, and I've been wearing the Rolex, but you really don't. I mean, you really don't. Unless you're really not paying attention and not aware that you're wearing a watch and you're banging them up somehow. you can get away with the Patek.
You know,
No problem.
you've got how many watches you got left now? You got the Patek,
the Batman and the Explorer. But I could live without those. I really could. I could just live with this. I wear it a lot more often now too. I was about to change out the strap. Do a little live strap change for you.
You got rid of the Cermet, didn't you?
Yeah, that was part of the trade for this puppy.
Yeah, I get it. So maybe would you get rid of the Explorer and keep the Batman?
Explorer is more wearable, actually. It's more comfortable to wear the Explorer. I don't know. I mean, I still wear them sometimes, but and I'm kind of, I guess like everyone said, you kind of get bored of stuff eventually, but part of me is just thinking to put them away and then come back to them later. I don't want to get anything else, you know, and so doesn't make sense to get rid of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I see what you're saying.
You see, you understand.
Look at this is beautiful Sydney. This is Sydney there. It's absolutely gorgeous day, JD.
Glorious day.
And how did it go with that meetup yesterday? JD, you didn't tell us. How did the meetup go? Anything?
It's good. Amazing. One of them had he had your Zenith on, the open heart on a bracelet though. I'd never seen one place. Yes. It's actually really highly polished and sparkly looking. It's actually quite nice. You got yours on a leather strap, don't you?
I got leather, and I've also got the rubber as well. Because I got the extra. I bought the leather, a blue leather strap as well.
It's really, really quite nice.
Gator.
On the wrist.
I think I'm not sure because it's original Zenith, but it's original Zenith.
Ooh, they could get you a customs, Paul. You got to watch out.
Oh no, I bought it in Australia.
The sights. Oh, okay.
Sights. Yes. Yes. Gonzaroo.
And you got to reconsider. Let's get your flight. Let's get on Google Flights. Let's get on Kayak. Let's raise some funds here.
There's got to be some like Russian airline we can get him on with.
You don't have to go for a week. Exactly.
No, I did my taxes. Kesslowitz, I did my taxes. I've been spending too much. I went to New York. That cost me a fortune because I canceled tickets. I changed tickets. I got to cut back. The money's not there, Kesslow. I got a Tudor budget with a Rolex tastes.
I see.
Sometimes I got a HELOC to pay out the card debt. I don't want to just.
Wow, you've really strayed from the Dave Ramsey days. Remember you were spooking the Dave Ramsey?
Yeah, but you know what? I'm 50 years old, right? What employability? Hey, do you find that, JD? Are you worried about that? What happens if you were retrenched or something?
Well, it wouldn't be ideal, but you do what you do. If worse comes to worse, I could be working at Bunnings. That's fine. House paid off. I've got savings. It's all okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
You know, I always have money for Gonzo shoes. It's okay. No credit card debt. It's all right. I'm boring. Sorry. I'm not a HELOC man.
HELOC. No, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, all you need is a lousy divorce. And you don't have those savings. You know what I mean?
True. But you coulda, woulda, shoulda worry yourself. What's the point of doing that? We just.
But as we move into our 50s, the whole point of having the HELOC is if we are. So you've got your place paid off. That's great.
Yeah, 10 years ago, so it's fine. So all okay. All okay.
And you got the Volvo. You still got many years left in the Volvo.
Yeah, I'm going to drive that till it turns to dust, mate. It goes fine. No problems, no issues, no big problems.
How many Ks you got on it now?
I wouldn't have a clue. Wouldn't have a clue.
That's
You
the thing,
service it.
I got
Paul.
it in
The
2014.
Subaru will last you a long time. I got 145,000 miles on my Outback. It's going strong.
Oh,
There's no reason
it's-
to get
it's
rid of
great.
it, Keslow.
I know. Trust me. I know. I'm with you. Point A to point B.
Yeah. Because you know, in the movie industry, there nothing is ever forever, is it?
That's for sure.
You can be flavor of the month, and then it can be.
Every day could be your last. Should we go
That's it.
denim or back on the gator? Denim or back on the gator?
That denim's so cool on that.
That denim,
You wouldn't think that would
the
work, but
denim.
it looks so good on that Kessler. It's freaking awesome.
It does. The denim looks so beautiful. I
Yeah.
actually like the red and the black you've got there.
Yeah, it works. They all kind of have a different flavor. I think the denim though is the winner. The thing is, I've left
Killer.
the gold clasp on the gator, full OEM, and there is something about the weight of that gold.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that's so beautiful. Did you get extra spring bars? You've got to buy extra spring bars.
They didn't have them. And you could just pull them out. You don't really need them.
But
He
you
actually
do.
talked-
It's better to have extra. Just get extra.
Yeah,
How
you're
much
right.
are they? They're not expensive, are they?
They're like $25 each. They didn't have them in stock.
You order them then.
Fuck, everything takes so long when you do that. It's like 6 months probably. You
Yeah,
don't
so
really need
what?
them.
Are you in a hurry?
Yeah, I should order them. I guess you're right. It's good to have.
They're not expensive.
Do you have extras?
I had all my extras stolen.
You should have different strap options for your paddock, though. You got to mix it up.
No, look, I can't be fucked because I've only got one buckle. I don't have because I don't want to. I had spares that were stolen, so I just because I never had metal. It was always white gold, so they're expensive. They're still $900 for a buckle, and I had a spare one that was stolen. Fuck, it just annoys me.
You're talking pin buckle?
Yeah.
The steel
Yeah.
ones are only $120. Just get one
Yeah,
of
but
those.
you can't buy a steel one if you don't have a steel reference.
Yeah, I've heard that, but a couple of them will do it for you. You got to go to the right AD.
So that's a steel one, is that right?
Yeah, this is the steel.
Oh, that's fucking beautiful. And what's
It
on the
says
other
it-
one?
It says
What's
it
the
on
buck-
the back.
What's the buckle on the other one there
It's
now?
stainless steel.
That's
This
steel
is a
as
steel
well.
one too. I have two
Ah.
steels.
Fucking good idea. Man, you know what? I love to see you. You love that watch, really?
Man, this is all I need. I could just be a one watch guy with this.
No, I think you still need a Rolex. I'd get rid of one of your Rolexes. Just keep one Rolex and one Patek.
Yeah, I could get away with that. I would just keep the Explorer one.
You've got the 39, isn't it? 39?
Yeah. Exactly.
Fucking beautiful. Look at that.
I love it.
That is such a beautiful watch. That is so gorgeous, man. That is so gorgeous. We got a CB super chat, $5. When you go Patek, you never go back.
Exactly. And it's amazing too. You put it on the winder, you come back a week later or whatever. The time is so perfect. It's off by maybe a couple seconds. It's amazing. It's really a great timekeeper on top of everything else.
Man, I really do love your perpetual calendar. That is so fucking gorgeous.
Oh, so did I tell you we had one of the actors wore a white Daytona to set?
A
Okay.
what?
A Daytona, a steel white dial Daytona. The Panda.
Panda, yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
this bit, Arch, when you sat here? Arch?
Yeah.
That
Remember here?
looks nice.
Yeah. We were worried about how much the water cost.
Yes.
Very nice.
Nice. All right, I want to hop on the boat now. Have a great rest of your day. See you, Keslow. Love to hear you on the
Take care.
stream. See you, Arch. See you guys.
Have a good one.
Man, I got to tell you something, that watch looks fucking amazing. That is, man, you know what I'm pleased about with you? You fucking follow your heart, man.
Buy what you like. Buy what you like. Buy what you love. Oh yeah, so the panda. So this actor brings the panda, right?
Yes, tell me the story. Yeah, he
And,
brings the panda.
I don't really tell people I'm doing the watches and all that, but I wear the Patek pretty regularly now, and I was wearing it that day, thank God.
Yeah.
Right? And so I go, hey, nice. First, I thought from across the way the sun was hitting, I thought it was the platinum. I thought I saw some blue in there. So that's what made me first. And so I go, and then I realized it's the Patek. He goes, I say, oh, really nice watch. And then he turns his wrist and he goes, and I go, oh, wow, the panda, nice. And the first thing he says is, yeah, I got it in 2015. And I was like, in my mind, I'm just like, okay, because you got to prove that you got it like before the hype, that you've been doing it, all good, whatever. He's got the watch, right? And I'm like, oh, that's so collectible, man. It's really cool that you got that. And, just kind of giving him some props on it. And not so, you never want to bring up your watch, right? You always wait, right? And so then he says, so what are you wearing? And, we go with our shindig. You got to give him this is a really special watch. And it's from a small, independently family-owned company. You may or may not have heard of it. It's and then you give him the turn. It's a Patek Philippe perpetual calendar, 5320. And he goes, oh, that's pretty nice. What are those, like 20, 30 grand? And I go, no, not exactly. And he goes, oh, less? And I just shake my head, no.
Don't mention money, it's vulgar.
But then he realized,
Just hang on one second there.
The elevator wars, boys. The elevator wars. Coffee delivery, boys.
I love the story, you know that?
No latte delivery? What times are changing? What's happening?
No, just my son. He's slamming the door. I thought So tell me this. So when you told him, he said, "Oh, is it less?" He said, "No," because he'll go back and check that, won't he?
Who knows?
Was he a douchebag or was he a nice guy?
He only came in a couple of days. He seemed all right.
Big star?
No. Working actor.
So he had that in the movie itself?
No, we were just rehearsing and he hadn't gone into wardrobe yet.
Oh, okay. And you just said, nice watch.
Yeah.
Do you film the rehearsals?
No. Well, it depends. I mean, when they first get there, we don't film because they're just going through the words and blocking out the scene. But sometimes for camera, you'll shoot the camera rehearsal. That happens.
So he said to you, I want to get this script right. He said to you, what are you wearing?
Yeah.
And what did you say? Just a small, you probably never heard of it.
Yes. Patek Philippe.
Had he heard of it?
Calendar. Of course.
And what did
he
say?
If you have a panda, you know Patek Philippe. If you have a panda, you've looked at it. I mean, you've had to have.
Yeah, because you need to know there's something better than the garbage you've got.
Right. Exactly.
Right?
100%.
So you said to him, then he starts naming figures, which is very uncool, isn't
right. it? Typical panda guy, right? How much was it?
So what did you say to that?
I really didn't answer it. He just said it's like 20 or 30 grand. I was like, not exactly. And he said less, and I go, no, not less. And that kind of ended right there. He realized he was outgunned. It's not about that though, but it's just a funny phenomenon in the hobby.
Ah, my life. Look at this. What do you think there?
Wowzer. 8-piece meal deal. You filled the box. I got to give you that.
No,
You filled the box.
No, I haven't. Because I gave the Tudor away, remember?
Oh, okay.
I gave the Tudor to my son.
That was nice of you. Yeah, get rid of that. Get rid of that.
Yeah, no, I actually do like the Tudor. I do like the Tudor. Tudor was a great watch.
I mean, the only thing that can be said here is keep the world time and dump the rest. You only need one. Just wear the world time every day. That's you. You identify with that watch. When you're wearing that watch, you probably feel the most like yourself. It's true to you. True to you. You're home. When you wear that watch, you're home, Paul. You're home.
I get what you're saying. We got another super chat in. Super chat in from William Gaudrian, €2. Don't like Patek only. Rolex is my love. Yeah, I get it, William. I do get it. I get it. Patel Philippe, $5 Canadian. AC3, tell your Patek story with the GMT Master 2 guy in the jewel. Well, actually, he had a pre-ceramic bluesy. It was a total fucking douche. He's a douchebag. And I was wearing the 5107. 5107, and because in jewelry business, I was working there because I wanted to know what it's like. And you always compliment them. No matter what they have, you always compliment them. And I said, oh, what a beautiful Rolex you've got there. And I didn't say Submariner because the problem with Rolex is it doesn't mean you're an enthusiast. It's like a Mercedes-Benz. Just because you have a Mercedes-Benz or a Rolex doesn't mean you're a car or watch enthusiast.
Good point.
You know what I mean?
Very good point.
Like, I mean, if somebody wore that JLC, right? That's an enthusiast. You don't buy that because you're a hype. You buy that because you understand horology. Same as the Breguet. You know what I mean?
I'm 100% with you. And can I tell you, that's one of the main reasons I'm starting not to like the Rolex anymore. You know, I bought those because I really liked them at the time. And now it just seems fucking douchey. When I see someone else wearing it, I'm just like, ooh, cringe. You know, it's just, I don't know.
You got rid of the CQ. Remember the Sea Dog you had there, Keslow?
Yes, that was part of the big trade, the big mix-up.
Yeah, you probably got a shit sandwich on that.
Yes. Well, it broke first. Remember it broke?
Yeah. I think for you, Keslow, you know, I get it. I get it. I understand what you're saying.
Like, I love Rolex. You're right. You should have one just because the thing will never break, you know? You get great customer service when you go in for, service. You know, you can get the thing serviced forever. It's got good secondary value. It's plus minus 2 seconds a day. There's so many things to like, you know? But then, like you just said, there's a guy where you say, oh, nice date, Just. No, it's a Rolex.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, are these the people that you want to be joining with? You know, you see a guy with the Patek, that's a fucking winner. I guarantee that guy's a winner.
Patek's getting douchey, but
actually,
Patek is getting douchey, you know?
Oh, really?
Particular Nautilus or Aquanaut.
Okay, sure.
Like,
Still, most people don't know what that is, though.
Yeah. Do you ever get worried about your career? How old are you now?
Mid-30s, mid-30s.
Okay, so you're in the prime Arch.
Yeah.
You've paid off your apartment.
No, I owe.
Okay. But you got a lot
HELOC,
of
baby, HELOC.
You got a HELOC?
No, fuck no.
But your apartment, you guys are well and truly into the mortgage, but aren't you?
Yes, you could say that, yes.
It's
Rates are coming down. Rates are coming down.
But aren't you locked in cheap?
Yes. No, but I mean for the next place. You know, it's been like tough to even consider
We've got
looking at another place.
Bear Clooney joining us.
Hey, Bear.
Hey, I had to jump on just to double check that people who have Aquanaut and bunch of Rolexes are major douches. I'm just double checking because that's kind of the way conversation went. I mean,
okay. We weren't talking about you, Bear.
so I'm just, like looking at what do I have? Oh, wait a second. I have Aquanaut. I have a bunch of Rolex watches.
But you're in and out, so it's smart for you because you're in and out. You're a lease man. Lease man. You see?
By the way, what did you think of Mark Goldberg's beautiful new Explorer 2? That looks so good on him, Bear.
Let's be honest. Can we be honest? Should we be honest?
Yes.
It's a very mediocre entry-level Rolex. It's
That's what makes it wearable and versatile.
It's slightly more in demand than those that are not in demand. I mean, you own one. That should tell you something. It's not Batman. It's not Green Sub. It's not GMT of any kind. It's not. It's a fucking Explorer 2. If it's black, they give it away in a fucking Happy Meals.
Super chat, Patel Philippe, $5. AC. Oh, sorry. Patel, $2. Kessler, why you ditch Gronfeld and Laurent Ferrier for Patel?
This guy is like an elephant. He doesn't forget anything.
No, he doesn't.
Gronefeld and LF. I love those brands. I love their watches.
Gronefeld, I love. The Laurent Ferrier, I'm not so crazy about.
Their movements are beautiful. And their main sales guy, Robert Bailey, is the nicest guy. He's really into the watches. So it's nice to talk with him at Watch Time and some of the other events. I'll probably come back to those brands one day. But why did I ditch them for the Patek? So many reasons. The history.
Value retention.
And just, part of the
and value retention, and a little more of the value retention, and so much for fucking enthusiasm, because ultimately it's about the value retention.
You gotta, when you're spending that much, you gotta have some, and you gotta have an exit plan.
Of course, I know that. This is
why you need an exit.
This is why I'm a douchebag with Aquanaut and Rolex watches.
I know, I hear you. I mean, I got the other two watches. I have a Rolex. I'm with you, but.
What do you think? I'm a fucking moron to buy a fucking solid gold Zezilakut?
Exactly. That's the thing with the Gronefeld and the LF. Even if you price it right, motherfucker, it could take months to sell that thing.
True. I do love your. Perpetual. I really love that watch, and I do love the idea of a denim strap, because it makes it very casual. It makes it more a daily kind of use type of watch, more casual look, and actually, I do like the blue straps on that watch. For some reason, look really good. At least that's my personal perception of it.
I've been thinking about getting a green strap, like a light green, pastel, lime pastel.
Could be nice. By the way, you were wondering about why our friend Pluter is not going to New York.
Yes, give me the goss. Give me the third.
Well, I'm going to give you the priorities in Pluter's life, in the order of priorities. I wrote it in the chat, but I'm gonna tell you now what Pluter's priorities are. The first priority is pussy. That's the Pluter lives and dies for pussy.
I'll tell you what, Paul, if you come to New York, I'll get you a massage at the Blossom Spa.
Now you're talking Pluter's way of thinking. That could work. Second priority in Pluter's life is food. Food.
He's
Third
covered on
priority.
food.
Right.
I got breakfast for 2 at the hotel. You can join me there.
Then,
we're just doing pizza and bagels, Paul. Pizza and bagels.
Hey, that's
pizza and bagels.
food.
But wait a second. Don't feel on bread. Don't feel on bread, man. The third priority in Pluter's life are cars. He loves cars. And then fourth priority in Pluter's life are deals on watches. Not the watches, but deals on watches. That's the way it goes, my friend. So if you want to entice him to come to New York, follow the secret path of Pluter's priorities. Pussy, food, cars, deals on watches.
Easy enough.
Yeah. So Archie, what do you say?
Yeah, look.
Am I wrong, Archie? Am I fucking wrong? Tell me if I'm wrong. I'll apologize.
Are you going, Bear? I haven't heard.
No, God, no.
Oh my gosh.
There's not enough money in the world for me to go there. Are you kidding me? Especially, to be very honest with you, all kidding aside, if we're talking seriously, watch time New York without Archie is just below mediocre watch show. Nothing more, nothing really enticing. Besides a few people that I would like to see, what's the other reason to go there?
They're saying it's going to be a bigger turnout than last year, though.
So more people fucking to push through crowds and stuff. Come on.
Who's saying this?
Everyone.
What do you mean more?
All the big players. The big players in the WhatsApp group.
Oh, the big players. Well, who are the big players now? I don't know. Who are these big players? Tell us, please.
We all know.
Well, you mentioned Hoff, you mentioned Tan, and you mentioned yourself. These are 3 people I definitely would like to see.
Jamie, we got Brody, we got the OC. The OC.
Oh, that's fantastic. Who is Brody?
One of the West Coast boys. You'd love him.
West Coast boy. Okay, fair enough. Sounds like it's going to be star-filled.
Star-filled, Bear. Star-filled. It's you don't seem keen to go, Bear. Why is that?
Fuck me, Dad. Honestly, Archie, give me free flight, free fucking accommodation, and free food, and I wouldn't go.
Yes, I get it. It is tough. It is tough.
No, it's not tough. I just don't like those people.
You went last year.
Yeah, it was different. I felt different. Plus, Archie won't be there, so that makes it total shit. In my book.
We're back on the denim.
Denim it is.
I got to tell you, that looks so fucking sexy, Bear. Look at that watch there. That is.
I like it a lot on that strap. I honestly, I'm not just saying that. I really think it looks fantastic.
Yeah, I think that's the combo.
Put it on the wrist, Kessler.
You know what you should have said to him?
Yeah, let's give me another script for the next one.
So what's retail on that watch?
$101,000.
Kessler, I was laughing at that. I wore Akunat when I went to Serbia. I was telling Archie the same story. And they know, a couple of friends, family, whatever, they know that I'm a watch guy. So they were asking, is that a Rolex? And I said, no, it's a Patek Aquanaut. And they said, well, you, and they said you should get a Rolex. That's the best watch to get. I said, you know what?
Exactly.
You're probably right. You're probably right. I couldn't argue. I could not argue. It just tells you how the power of the brand, Kessler, the power of the brand is remarkable.
I love that.
There could be people that have no knowledge, they literally know nothing about the watches, but they hear the word Rolex and it's like a golden arches of fucking horology.
So true.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It does, Marcus. It does complement the dial. That's exactly what I'm thinking as well. It just looks really, really sporty yet classy. The dress watch becomes more casual, everyday piece, and it just looks fantastic, Archie.
It looks $1 million, doesn't it?
You see, it goes with everything. It's kind of got the field officer vibes, the field watch. Field watch.
Agreed. So you're really enjoying that watch. You're really happy with that. I can see
no,
that.
Seriously, I'm done. I'm seriously. I mean, I have no desires. Everything I look at, I just think I'll just wear this.
What do you have right now in a collection?
This, the Batman, and the Explorer 139.
Perfection. You don't really need
it. To be honest with you, Kessler, you best don't ever talk money. That's just very vulgar.
Oh yeah.
Don't just say, the way you handled it was perfect, because you know what's going to happen.
He's a classy guy. Come on.
He's going to go and Google it and realize he's behaved like a douche. You know what I mean?
I don't. You know what? The people they don't know, Archie. They just don't know.
Yeah, but he's going to go and find out. Then he realizes what a douche he was, because you know what he's told you, Bear? Can I tell you what he's actually told you, Kessler? In a very nasty way, he's actually said, "I don't think you're better than me."
Sure.
You see what he's saying?
Sure.
Right? He's trying to tell you he thinks he's better than you, right? And you've just punched him in the face.
Oh, Archie, I don't think it should be perceived as that. The guy just doesn't know. Listen, he was wearing a Panda, right?
He wears a Panda, Bear.
And you know how that watch is perceived amongst people.
You know what, Bear? You know what? You can tell he's a total douche because he's never been out-douched before. You're the first person who's out-douched him.
Out-douched. I like that. He's been out-douched.
You see what I'm saying?
That's actually funny.
100%.
I agree, Bezos. I think Archie's digging deeper than he has to. The guy didn't sound that bad, just wasn't sure on the value. I don't think he was that much of a douche, to be honest with you, Archie. But okay, it makes you feel good. I think you like that. For some strange reason, you find pleasure in it. I think it reminds you on that experience you had.
Because you never want to be the one who you never want to be the one who...
That's right, Jimmy. Don't talk about money unless Archie is asking you about it.
I think you're right, Paul. The best way to let it happen is you just, if anything, you say it's a 5320 and they can Google it, and that's...
Hey, hang on. The Dirk Diggler says he likes the way I say douche. Do I say douche different than you guys?
A little emphasis on the U. Douche.
Okay, douche. Thank you. It's kind of like
we love you, Bear. We love you. There's no correcting you.
All right.
We love you the way you are. So.
Thank you, Kessler. But the way I say Subaru, everyone laughs when I say Subaru, but that's the way I say it.
Well, everyone says Hyundai wrong. It's Hyundai, like Sunday.
Hyundai.
Nobody cares about Korean cars, but that's the ones on the side of the road with that engine fire. Okay, nobody cares.
Can you say just for us, for sake of good old times, full version? Hey, Paul.
Hey,
Please
Paul.
don't fill in bread.
We
Don't
need
fill in-
money. We need money for these. Okay, so we still got this super chat up, and now he's just got me thinking here with the Gronefeld and the LF. You know,
Okay.
it has crossed my mind to dump the Explorer and the Batman to get one of those.
No.
No, stick with. You got to keep one Rolex.
No,
If I were you,
no, you got it good there. Don't fuck it up now. You actually have it really fucking good.
Yeah. No,
Don't. There's no need to fuck it up.
Exactly. That's true.
but
You
if he was
hate
gonna, I
Explorer
think
and
he can
Batman?
sell one. Sell one is okay.
Yeah, if you want to
I think I'll regret it. I think I'll regret it in many years to come. Like, I'll be good for like 3 or 4 years, and then, maybe 10, 20 years down the road, I say,
They did a really nice trio. If you think about it, you should actually take a picture of all three together, and then we can actually evaluate the way they look as a trio. I think that they would look great as a trio. I really do. But in that case, I would make your Patek a little more dressy for that picture.
I really don't dress up. That's the problem. I have the option to go back to the Gator later.
Right. I'm just saying for the picture of the three-piece.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I hear you.
I think it would look fantastic as a trio. Where the Explorer takes the role of a daily, the GMT obviously travel piece, jet set style, and the Perpetual is the ultimate grail piece and complication piece and whatever dress piece and so on.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. I think it's a nice. They complement each other. It's a nice trio.
Absolutely. Give me your ideal three-piece meal deal. Holy shit! Give me your ideal three-piece meal deal, Archibald.
Look, I think in Keslo's case, he's got the Patek. This is a
No.
beautiful.
I'm asking you. You create your own three-piece meal deal, Archibald Chesterfield III trio. Just three pieces for you,
what,
buddy.
Bear? I got to tell you something. I have a few problems in my head. Okay.
Well, we all know that. Come on.
And I think the big problem I have is, Bear, that I already have my three-piece meal deal. I know exactly what it looks like. Okay.
Give me that pontiff. I want to hear that pontiff.
Well, this is everything. This could be happy forever, Bear.
This could be happy forever. No, fuck off. Fuck off, man. That doesn't even look right.
World time,
I'm
bluesy,
sorry. That
and
doesn't
a
look
gold
like
reggae.
that doesn't look like a good trio. I'm sorry. You remember what the good trios look like. JJ was fucking master in putting those three-piece meal deals. Does this look like something that looks good as a trio? Okay, these are good individual watches. This is not a good trio, bro.
I would actually take the Breguet out and go Explorer 2. Put the Explorer 2 in.
Okay, then improves it, but it's still not a fucking great trio. It's not a great trio. The blues, it doesn't belong in this trio. The Breguet doesn't belong. The only thing I keep in this is fucking wall time, and then add two more. You don't have to have them. Just imagine them. Give me three pieces that you could have. Stay away from what you have because, frankly, I don't want to hear that. I want something new. I want to see how you think. I want imagination. I want creativity, for fuck's sake.
You know, Bear, I got to tell you something. You could always go for 3 chronographs. You know that, Bear?
All right, do whatever you want. Tell me. Be creative. Give me three-piece meal
On the
deal.
screen now.
Jesus Christ, you're killing me. You are murdering me. I
Okay,
feel
3
my
piece.
soul leaving my body. I am fucking dying on a live stream.
3 piece.
Creativity, fuckface. Create something new.
Pepsi.
Don't
Pepsi.
fucking appease me now. You know I want Pepsi. You don't have to
Pepsi.
go Pepsi. Give me 3-piece meal deal creatively for yourself.
Pepsi. I would go. You got to get a Pepsi, Bear. Pepsi is so cool.
Steel Pepsi.
Of course. White gold, too dear.
Jubilee, or Oyster.
Doesn't matter. Preferably Jubilee, but doesn't matter.
Okay, so we got one Jubilee Pepsi. Next.
Pepsi. Next thing we need a diver, Bear.
Okay, which one we gonna go? Anything is open to you. Anything.
I think a no date.
I like the choice. That looks good. No date. A little bit boring, but I like it. I can't argue with you on that. No date.
Finally.
41 or 40?
41.
41. Okay.
Finally.
We
want a chronograph.
Okay.
I got to
It
tell
has
you.
to be Patek. It has to be Patek. No?
I reckon the best. You know what would really be nice would be a gold Daytona on Oyster Flex.
Fuck, that's amazing collection. It's a bit boring, but it's which one, Paul? Which one?
Doesn't matter really, but
Pikachu? Paul Newman?
Oh, that's nice. Those Oyster Flex Daytonas are pretty sick. I gotta tell you, if there was another Rolex I'd get, those are pretty fucking cool.
I agree. We have a super chat from Patrick Philippe.
Super chat from Patrick Philippe there. $10. 3-piece shit roll. Old reference bluesy. Old reference diver's helmet. Girl size paddock. You won't be able to read in 2 years. Archie explodes. 3-piece right here.
Boom! Boom! From Patrick Philippe. He dropped the bomb.
He's right. What's up, Patrick? I hope he's coming to watch time. I haven't heard from him.
Okay, Castle, you've been following Archie long time.
Flex.
I'm talking with Castle. Please don't interrupt me. I'm talking with Castle. Castle, you've been following Archie for a very long time. Would you mind putting together 3-piece meal deal from the watches that Archie has owned?
Well, definitely.
Take your time. Think about it. No rush. You know, if you need a reminder, Archie and I can help you. Also, Tanzil is in a chat. 3-piece is a very, very important number of pieces. It's very hard to make a attractive 3-piece collection. It's not easy. It's much easier to have a good 8-piece collection, 12-piece collection. 3-piece collection is the art. The individually watches can be amazing, but together in a trio, they might clash.
True. I mean, the first 3 that come to mind, Doc, hello, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thank you, Doc. How's it going, Bear? And of course, Archie. How's it going?
Now, remind me, was his Maserati blue Daytona, was that on the bracelet or strap?
That was on a bracelet. It was two-tone.
Oh, it was two-tone.
Yes.
That's right. I would say the solid gold blue Submariner.
And that's a beautiful one. He had the pre-ceramic version. It looked really good. So that's the first one, okay?
The current world time.
Beautiful. I like the size. I like that it's in the white metal.
And I want to say the 5035. 5035.
And 5035. See, I think that's a better collection, the better trio than any of those that he proposed today. What say you, Archibald?
Look, I got to tell you something. I think you want something special. You need to have a special piece. Okay? I honestly, I got to tell you, look at these fucking Oyster Flex
Gorgeous.
Daytonas.
I agree. I can't argue that.
Has anyone
I mean,
seen the newest Daytona yet?
What do you mean by newest Daytona, Doc?
Meaning the latest Daytona, which has a slightly thinner subdial, outer ring, has the rim at the bezel.
Did they already do that for the Oyster Flex models?
I don't know. I haven't even seen it in just a regular Panda or reverse Panda yet. When the ADs I go to, they don't have them.
I don't really think that Oysterflex has changed much. Maybe, I don't know. You talking really intricate little details. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, Doc. You have a super chat, by the way.
Super chat. Where have you been? We've got Mr. GMT, $2. Awesome to see you fine, gents. Stay sexy. I got to tell you something. How about one watch
Nice
per
to see
brand?
you, Mr. GMT. We hope you're well. Thank you for your generous super chat. Thank you for kind thoughts,
So
buddy.
much.
That's what
Thank
Archie
One
was
watch per
thinking. He
brand,
didn't say it, but
three-piece
that's what he was
there.
thinking.
One watch per brand, three-piece.
Okay.
One watch per brand. Okay. Now that's hard. You know why? Because
No, not hard at all. Not hard at all. I already have that. I know what it is. I'm done.
It just maybe shouldn't be a Breguet.
No, God no. Breguet, definite no. Definite no.
definite no to Breguet.
Definite no to Breguet for me. And if it is Breguet, I'll accept one and only one. The Type 20 as a chronograph, I'll go with that. In steel, ideally blue dial for Japanese market.
I gotta
go
say,
with
I
that
prefer Speedmaster instead.
I am not gonna go with that one, Doc. Maybe Speedmaster with the white dial, that new one. I am kind of.
Well, I'm a Speedmaster of choice because it's one brand per watch. You got
Yeah,
to pick
because
a
ultimately
chronograph.
you just saying it as a ultimate chronograph, right?
Well, I'm saying it as an alternative to, say, the Breguet chronograph, which is, I mean, Breguet's nice, but for the three-piece, it kind of throws it off.
Okay, well, that works. That works for me because I would go for the diver. I'm gonna go my Aquanaut in steel. I'm gonna go for the Rolex piece. I'm going to go Pepsi GMT on Jubilee.
Exactly.
And then I can go with the speedy white dial. I think it's a fantastic trio. We got Omega, we got the Rolex, and we got Patek.
I got to tell you, Bear, I think the three-piece, absolute perfect, one brand per watch. Bluesy, 41 mil Bluesy. Okay, as a sub.
Go.
I reckon the Patek World Time, that is the one that Tan's got, 5230. That is the ultimate GMT. It's better than a GMT. It's a World Time, for fuck's sake.
Okay, go.
And then as a chronograph, right? This isn't exactly the most sensible thing to buy. Okay, but that new Breguet in gold. Have you seen that? That is
You're
so
nuts.
gorgeous.
You're fucking nuts.
I thought he was going to say Breguet. I thought he was going to say
Oh
Breguet.
my God, he's trying so hard to convince us.
Oh, by the way, I can sense that, Bear, your tension is elevating. He's really driving you crazy.
No. Listen, I love Archie. If Archie's any different, he wouldn't be Archie. But he will always.
But you do have to repeat to yourself, "Serenity now." That'll calm you down.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Archie will always do the angle in which he proposes that his pieces are the best pieces, and I respect that.
That's true. If he flips it, then it's a piece of shit. But
correct.
As long as he owns it,
this new one there. What do you think of that new one? Look at that new one.
It's okay. Again, I'm gonna be very honest with you, Archie. For me, I like the Breguet Type 20 that you had. That's the watch that I fell in love because of you.
Yep.
It's a great value on the secondary market. It's
In
a
steel.
beautiful size. It's steel.
Yeah.
It can be on a strap or a bracelet. Bracelet actually looks fantastic. Um, I don't know, man. And ideally, no date, whatever that one is called. I know that's transatlantic and the other one.
You know what I have
So
found? I have found the gold chronographs, or gold in general, can look gorgeous sitting on the dresser, but on my wrist, I'd rather have the steel.
I'm with you, Bear. I think the date ruins it. I think the date ruins it.
yeah,
Look at
you
that,
know
Bear.
what,
That is so
Cashflow,
fucking you, Bear.
I do love chronographs without the date.
That's a true chronograph, you
Right.
know, when
And
it has
ideally not automatic but mechanical winding.
exactly.
Then it's for me, I think the proper that's I mean, I can accept different things. It's not like it has to be, but if we're going to talk the proper, the real iconic chronographs, I think that's where we're gonna get.
And as someone who likes to wear chronographs, I have to say that a standard chronograph that's manual wind without a date is going to be a thinner watch, much easier to wear.
That's true. Good point.
I got to tell you something, Bear. I would honestly respect you if you bought one of these, Bear.
I know you would respect me, but I don't plan to buy this because it's too expensive and I would lose a lot of money.
It is kind of
And
Your
to be
perfect.
dealer would
very
love you. Does your
huh?
dealer sell Breguet?
No,
What kind of dial is that? Is that a black
It's a
or is it
blue.
a bluish
Blue.
black?
Blue, 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 blue.
blue. Oh yeah, this is. I'm not gonna say this is ugly. I would be an idiot to say this is ugly, right? But
Although it
I'm
sure
telling
would
you,
be prettier without the date.
can you bring up the steel Type 20 Japanese market blue dial?
I can, Bear. Yep, I can definitely get a. That Japanese market one is really. You had one, didn't you?
No, no, I never had the blue dial. I had the same like you, but this is what I want.
Hmm.
Doc
It's
doesn't like it.
gorgeous, Bear.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's nice. It's just a little too fat for me.
Mm,
I mean, it's the modern Breguet
Can
versus
I
the
ask you
vintage
something,
Breguet.
Doc? Doc,
Yes, sir.
you got a
Yes, sir.
choice.
Yes, sir.
You can buy one of these Breguets,
Or
or you can
or
buy a timeshare. What would you rather? What's the bigger mistake financially?
ooh,
you've been
I'm
asking
not a
that
fan of
today.
timeshares.
What
Can't
the
I just
fuck
buy
is
a
Doc,
condo?
Doc, Doc? Is he fucking looking into buying some timeshare?
He must be.
Doc,
Can't you
Doc.
just get a condo?
Jesus Christ, what the fuck is he doing now? Doc, you know
I,
he's been asking this 3 shows in a row. You do know that he does that when he's ready to fuck up things or when he already fucked it up.
did
He
I ever
locks
tell
for
you the story?
timeshares. He locks for timeshares.
Ever tell you the story about how I was working and my ex-wife, but we were together at the time, goes on vacation by herself to
Oh, we have a
Mexico?
super chat from Patrick. It's a very interesting super chat, very nice.
AD never calling $10. Happy birthday to one of the most loyal, caring, and authentic punters out there. Shot in the dark. Happy birthday, Shot. Happy
Happy
birthday,
Archie,
birthday,
Shot.
Shot.
can you please go full screen, remove the super chat, and give Shot in the Dark proper happy birthday message?
Shot. Happy birthday. I'm going to sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shot in the Dark. Happy birthday to you. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray.
He's a nice guy, and my brother Shot in the Dark. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Shot.
Why does everybody who lives at an over 50s village look like they're about 70? Can I ask you that?
What?
Now we know what else you're looking at.
Jesus Christ.
Why? I mean, over 50s. Is that ready for me to move in now? 51, I could move in?
If you're looking at the advertisements, what they're trying to do, it's over 50, but they're trying to show the 70-year-olds so that you can say, well, if they must like it, I'm sure I'll like it. You know, that sort of thing. It's.
I thought all senior living you had to be 59 and a half or 60, no?
But see, they don't want to have it. They don't want to have it like an advertisement for senior living, knowing that you're 70 years old or more, and all you see in the ad are 50-year-olds. You'll say, I don't want to go there.
Doc, I
It's
owe you
like
apology.
Queen's egg
I
is
interrupted
bred by
you.
tweens.
Doc,
Undies.
Doc, I interrupted you. You were
Me?
telling a story. Yeah, people are upset.
Oh, there. Oh,
Yes.
oh, it was because he was talking about
Your wife
timeshare.
went on holiday without you.
She went on holiday without me because I couldn't get the time away from work. So she just leaves and she goes to Mexico. And she's texting me every night, sometimes a few times a day, just general chitty chat stuff. She comes back after, I think it was just a week. She comes back, and then as we're laying in bed, she goes, also I bought a timeshare. Like, what the fuck? She could have said something all along. She knows that. And she also knew it was a mistake. And that's the reason she didn't want to say anything. She knew it was a mistake.
What did you say, Doc?
Well, I'm a logical man. So I said, I'm going to call my lawyer tomorrow and get us out of this stupid timeshare, which I was able to do.
I see.
Even though they tell the customers that they only have a certain amount of time, like 48 hours to reverse their decision or whatever. Turns out the international laws give you a little bit more time than that, and that's what my.
Wait, so did you get the spiel, Arch? You know, they say, oh, we'll give you 2 nights free and we'll give you 3 meals a day. All you got to do is watch this seminar. You got to watch this 4-hour seminar.
By the way, Kelso, that's the whole reason she did it, because she didn't want to spend on the place down there. She got an upgraded, really nice place to stay, but she had to go to the timeshare and listen to the thing.
They're like drug dealers. First one's free, Arch. First one's free.
Just like druggy dealers. Anyway, you don't want to do a timeshare. If you're going to do anything, just buy a condo wherever the hell you're thinking you want to be at.
I can't afford it.
Well, you probably can't afford a timeshare either then. You just don't know it yet.
Let's talk low cost tourism, Paul. I've been looking at some places. You know, you're talking New York's too expensive. Let's look at the other end of this. Have you been to Bali?
I had an emergency flight landed there, but I haven't.
Have you ever been to Bali with the engine still running?
Is that the one where you almost died? I almost died!
Yeah.
That's one where the engines were not on, but you did land.
You know, you can get a luxury condo or a really nice place for about $1,000 a month or less.
In Bali.
Where have you been? Where's the cheapest place you've been?
Oh, we got another super chat. JT, $2. Happy birthday, Marcelo. It's another birthday.
Happy birthday, Marcelino. Guys, if you wish to wish happy birthday to Marcelo, this is the channel where you do it. Thank you.
Super chat now. Where could you last the longest, Paul?
Where could you
Thailand? Thailand?
Thailand's not cheap anymore. It's not so cheap.
I know, you say that. But relatively. Where have you been that's cheaper?
He's thinking Vietnam.
Have you been to Vietnam? Oh, yes. Yeah,
I love Vietnam. Vietnam's amazing.
What was so good about Vietnam? What did you like there?
Oh, it's just amazing food. It's beautiful. Yes.
So remember, Cashflow, the priorities. Pussy was good, food was good, right? And the deal were good, right, Archie?
That's right.
Always apply the Cashflow. Always apply the priorities, the polluter priorities.
After what happened in Japan, I'd be afraid to go on hikes in Vietnam.
Wow, what happened in Japan, Doc?
Oh, World War II bomb blew up at an airport.
Holy shit.
When was this?
Crazy.
It was somebody even posted it in the WhatsApp where they had somebody, because it's an airport, so they have cameras everywhere. So there's video of the bomb blowing up.
I got to tell you something, Doc. Would you've got a Type 20 Breitling? Would you get this gold Breguet?
I sometimes think about selling my Type 20 Breitling,
Why is that?
because I find myself gravitating to the Speedmaster over the
Because it's a fucking Breitling. That's why,
Yeah.
Archie. Fuck me dead. Why? If this
But
is a fucking... Go
if it
ahead.
was a Breguet, maybe the brand difference would make enough difference that I'd wear it more. I just find aesthetically that the Speedmaster outdoes the Type 20. I have to be honest. I don't like being honest, but I have to be honest.
Are you frank as well, or just honest?
I'm being honest. I don't know about being frank. That's a little too
Okay.
much to ask for.
Too much,
But
too much.
But I mean, if I have the option of wearing the Speedmaster versus the Type 20, I end up wearing the Speedmaster most of the time. So I don't know. I need to sell more watches. I've only
Doc,
sold.
let me
I've
ask
only
you a
sold
question.
one.
I know you're a vintage man.
I am
Have
a
you
vintage
ever-
man.
Have
Or
you
a
ever messed
reissue.
with any of the vintage Hoyers? I've been looking at some vintage Hoyers.
I was considering an Ottawa or
Yeah,
Ativa.
the Octavia. Yeah.
And I almost bought one for 20 grand. I'm sort of glad I
Have
didn't.
you still got that Tourbillon Bear tag, Hoya?
Yes, I do.
That's the Mario Kart, right?
No?
And by the way, I'd get a Hoyer if I could rather than a Tag Hoyer, if possible, Kessler. I know you're really into that.
Paul, pull up Wind Vintage. Pull up some of the Hoyers he's got on Wind Vintage. He's got some nice ones. But you're right though. Some of them are crazy money, like 20 grand plus.
I'm considering actually getting one of
Wind
the
Vintage,
cushion
you mean?
case
Yeah,
newer,
Eric Wind.
the newer models
it.
from the 70s. They're a little cheaper.
You got to scroll down quite a bit. I think he advertises all the Rolex first.
Of course,
Rolex are
that's
nice.
what everybody wants. They
Got to
want
get everybody's
Rolex.
attention first. Usually there's a filter where you can pull up just the Hoyers.
He's got such little inventory. I think he just puts them all together on here.
I see. Doesn't look like he has any.
Keep going. He usually has a handful of them.
Oh, here they are.
Yeah, what do you think of these?
See,
Nice.
like the one right next to the Monaco.
Yeah, in the middle.
Because it's a cushion case, it's probably a little bit cheaper. And I don't think it looks bad.
It looks great, actually.
How much is that one, Paul?
I'm going to bet it's around 10 grand.
No way, it's more.
You think? I don't know.
Definitely.
They used to be lesser than, because of the case.
Oh!
How much?
22.
Ooh, they've gone up. I should have bought one.
It's a good looking piece, right? Look at that.
I like it a lot. But
Well
I'm a Tag
balanced.
Heuer
Got some
fanboy.
color.
I'm so happy you guys are even considering Tag Heuer. Oh, sorry, Heuer. I love Heuer. I just...
A true vintage enthusiast has to look at Heuer. I mean, it's right up there. Heuer is a great brand. And I think these used to be a bargain. So the only thing I can assume is that the others have really gone up in price. Because this is a 70s model. I guess the 60s models have really gone up.
Right. Yeah, the only modern tag that I've kind of looked at is that Monza. The carbon fiber one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's a good looking watch, but it's fucking expensive for a tag. Fuck.
I got to be honest. The only modern one that interests me is the Monaco, probably the one that Archie used to have.
Mhm.
I'd have bought it from you if I'd known you were selling it.
It was a
It's a
beautiful
great watch, classic, iconic,
Yep.
absolutely.
The only thing is it could be a little bit large.
How
But
often
it's
do you wear
meant to
that
be.
tourbillon, Bear?
Pardon me, Kessler?
Is it part of the rotation, your tourbillon? You still wear it?
I do. Sometimes I do. It just at the moment it's in a box in a bank, but it will be coming out soon. I think it's a really cool watch.
It is a very cool watch. I've got to tell you, Bear.
How often do you wear your skipper?
Well, how often do I wear any watches? Really? I mean, I wear it. I like it.
It's not much more, Bear. Look, the Monaco's 25. You'd much rather get the Monaco than the Ottavia, don't you think? Look at this, a vintage Monaco.
Personally, I like Monaco better than Ottavia.
The
Personally.
only problem is these are a real bitch to service.
And I like the reissue one that you had a little bit more than I do the actual vintage piece.
It's a little bit. It's 1 mil bigger, which I think makes it too big.
I just saw desperate to sell my 930 in the chat. That's fucking Oh, who is that? That's a good one.
Can never underestimate their ability to poke fun at Mike the Snake. But it's not right to do it when he's not here. You have to wait till he's here. Uh-oh.
Pull up the Monza, Paul. What do you think of the new Monza? I guess it's not new, but it's modern production tag. Would you mess with tag? Come on, we got Bear Clooney on the stream.
I like the tags that are labeled Hoyer, and they have a few of those.
Good point.
Uh-oh. I think Archie's gone.
I got to be honest with you. You know, I think with the tags themselves, then no. I would go Tudor. Would you do Tudor?
They're kind of boring. They all kind of.
I was about to say, the thing about the tags, you may not like tags, but you have to admit that they're more interesting.
That's the thing. They're doing different shit. It's a little more avant-garde.
And obviously it's a matter of taste, so some of the stuff not everybody's going to agree on, but they experiment a little bit more, you know?
Yeah.
It's I got to tell you, I think sometimes with the tags, I think they're a watch you go into early.
Well,
Archie,
there's some argument that they're a younger person's watch. You know,
can you bring up my can you bring my tourbillon up for the boys?
Sure, yes, of course.
Tell me this is not boring. This is fucking fun
Sexy.
watch.
Look at that. It's beautiful. It's a chronograph and a tourbillon.
Correct. Carbon fiber as well.
Ah, that's cool. Wow, I didn't know it was carbon fiber. That's dope. Yeah, I can see it now.
And monochromatic. Very, very good look.
I like it.
Thank you.
You ever get frustrated trying to read the time on it?
No, actually, it's very legible. What the fuck are you talking about, Doc?
I don't know. I don't know what I was talking about. I was having a relapse.
How much would a service on something like that cost?
Honestly, I don't know.
It's just like a Panda. It's easy to tell the time, just like a Panda.
I'm sure it's not cheap.
Because it's a real tourbillon.
Well, it's a real tourbillon. It's a chronograph. It's fucking.
So
you know.
It's going to be close to. I'm thinking close to a couple of grand.
See, there's no date on this, huh?
Correct.
No.
See, I like that. I think that would have fucked it up if they tried to squeeze it in there.
Exactly.
That would have been too much. Yeah.
And the other thing I like about it, it's a sporty design, obviously Carrera style. So, and it's on the rubber.
So is this considered a skeleton?
No.
Not really, semi,
But it looks skeleton.
but
Yeah.
it's not. Kind of like a Polo 8.
It's a hillbilly skeleton. It's called.
Oh, Archie, you're so funny. Love you, Archie.
He's still sensitive about that bear.
I know, it bothers him, but it is what it is. What are you gonna do? See, Archie, this is a real tourbillon.
Yeah, usually they don't put the real tourbillons arbitrarily at the 10 o'clock position, do they, Bear?
No.
It's I must say, Bear, this is actually really quite nice watch. You love it.
Yes, I do love this watch, and I never regretted buying it.
I have to say the other cool thing is it does kind of fly below the radar. You have to take a serious look at it to understand what you're seeing.
Correct. This is a geek watch, 100%.
Yeah. I would say that some people might look at this watch a dozen times before even realizing it has anything different in it, like a tourbillon. Even if they don't know
Correct.
what a tourbillon is, they're not going to even notice it initially.
Correct.
And that's kind of cool.
John Galt has a kind words for me. The nicest thing I can say about this Tag tourbillon is that it looks like a Zenith.
Ooh.
Thank you, John Galt.
Well,
Thank you.
he was being nice because he could have said Hublot, and then that would really be like, wow, okay,
I
I
guess
can't believe you
so.
said that.
Actually, you know what, Doc? That's a good point. We have a super chat from Gilden.
Super chat from Gilden, $2. Hoya 3646 Andretti, nicer than almost all two doors. What's he talking about there, Bear?
He's saying a watch is better than a
Honestly,
car.
I don't know. Why don't you bring up the Hoyer 3646?
Yes, let's do that.
Andretti. You've seen, guys, that the Tag Heuer has replaced Rolex in Formula One sponsorship.
They did, right?
Yeah. Next 4 years, they are going to be Formula One main sponsor. I don't know how that's going to reflect on their brand, but certainly interesting move.
I don't know if it's that beautiful.
Share it with
I think
us.
he means two reg. I think he means nicer than almost all two reg. No, Patek is two reg. Lange is two reg. Who the fuck? I mean, it's not a bad looking watch. Two reg, Bear.
I think he's talking Tudors, Paul. Tudors.
Then two doors. Oh,
two doors. Yes.
Okay.
Ha
Yes.
ha.
Clearly, most of us wouldn't have understood.
Thank you, Kessler. Can we
share what you're showing? Technical difficulties.
Modules.
Yes, that's correct, Bear. It's
Modules.
an amazing thing. I got to tell you something, Bear.
Tell me something, Archie.
I was a bit disappointed with Jay Anthony. He sold his Pam for $3,000 American, box paper Pam.
You know what? For him, couple of thousand up or down makes no difference. You know,
It's not like to lose.
I know. You know what?
Are you trying to say he's in a different tax bracket, Bear?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I guess he is. I guess he is.
Very interesting, Bear.
I sent you I sent you the what's it called? The Pam I'm going after. I made up my mind. That's the Pam I want.
Ah.
I don't know if you approve or not.
Yes, the white. The problem is, Bear. You shouldn't buy white dial Pams.
I knew you were gonna say that, but I think it looks fantastic. Show to Kessler and Doc.
I gotta say that's a nice looking Octavia. Anyway,
I agree. Good call, Gildan. That is quite nice.
It is nice.
let's see it.
What do you think?
Mm.
Hmm.
That means they don't like it. If they
No,
go,
I actually now thinking of Pams are just so damn big. What size is this one?
42 millimeter.
All right, that's reasonable.
That's kind of small, big.
It's the
Yeah.
Polar Panerai.
Manageable big, yes. Yes,
Oh, they got
yes.
the orange hand.
Thank you. That's
funny.
exactly polar submersible.
Although remember now, it's got that crown guard on it, so that's adding quite a little bit more bulk to it.
Yeah.
I don't mind this. This is quite cool. Oh, open case back, clear case back.
No open case back.
Luna Rossa.
Luna
I like
Rossa.
the skeleton hands. That's quite cool too.
Strap is fucking gorgeous.
How much?
I don't know. Don't be so vulgar. Come on. We're not talking money now.
With Panerai, it's okay. It's acceptable with Panerai.
We're just looking at the watch at the moment. That's all. We have another super chat, by the
Are
way.
white dials as easy to sell as black?
Super chat. Andreas, $5. Arch, pull up the Speedmaster model 3760822. Nickname the Holy Grail by the vulnerable Chuck Maddox. Thoughts?
Nicknamed the Holy Grail.
Bring her up, baby. Here we go. Let's get this baby up on the screen for you guys now. Let's have a sticky beak.
Sticky beak. Sticky beak.
Sounds like a modern piece.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's the automatic. Fuck me, dead.
Fucking hell.
No.
Is it also reduced?
No, don't do this. Don't do this.
Uh-oh.
What the fuck is this Holy Grail thing? What are we looking at here? What the fuck? What did you open, Archibald?
And who is Chuck Maddox?
He's an Amiga nut. Jesus. Yeah.
No. Don't do this shit. What the fuck is this? Who makes this? This is weird.
If you have to call it the Holy Grail, maybe it's not.
No, it's not.
Everyone's gonna think you have a moon swatch on.
Yeah, dude, no. Listen, don't fuck around with Speedy. Speedy is a very simple approach, right? It has to be speedy.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a professional. I mean, that's what you're thinking.
No, but it can be voice. It can be just stick with what the fuck?
But it should be the classics.
Right, classic. Exactly, Doc. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Please, Andreas, you're a good man. Don't. Archie, your word on this, Archie. Your word on this, Archibald.
Oh my God, it's got the date on it. I didn't even notice that at first. It's a date.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, Andreas, please, brother.
And it's in German.
That just
a lot of things are
that
wrong
hurt
here,
my
bro.
eyes when I noticed that. Hurt my eyes.
Guys, I want to thank everybody who's super chat. I'm gonna wind
Wrap
this
her
show
up, Paul.
Wrap up this big boy. Wrap it up, big boy. Good win, big boy. Good
It's got
win.
15 seconds to 3 hours. That's enough.
We got AD never calling.
How do
Joe.
you, before you thank everyone, how do you feel about today's show? I
It was
watched the
good.
whole show.
It was a good show. What did you think?
What would you do different? What did you enjoy? What you liked? What you didn't like? Tell us a little bit about your observation.
Would you rearrange the panelists, change the
I
order up?
I liked the whole thing, Bear. It was good there. It was nice to have Kessler, which we haven't seen him. I like that story, the douche story.
I
It had
noticed you enjoyed that story. Yes,
yeah, it had many good stuff there. It
you like Kessler. You enjoy his company. I know that as well. So that's nice to see Kessler here.
yeah, it is really nice. We had Jay Anthony was good to have on.
Always good. Yes.
He's a nice guy, Jay Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy with today's show. I don't have a
Goldberg was
problem.
a great guest. Yeah, he showed his watch. What else did we do? What else did you do? What else did you like about today's show?
We had everything. All the ingredients were there.
Well, you didn't have David, though. You didn't have David. So I know that's
Hey,
disappointing.
yeah, I wanted to ask you what's wrong with why do you dislike this guy? He sounds like a actually really nice guy. What's the problem with this David?
And
I
I found him entertaining
Yeah,
from
I
this
offered
up
I
until
offered to
Narc
pay him
jumped in.
$20 US an hour to come on the show. He
okay.
seemed to be insulted by that.
So he
Well,
won't come on unless
he
he's getting
doesn't
paid.
he bans people if they super chat him. Did you know that?
No, why would you
On
do that?
his channel?
Yeah. He doesn't like to be super chatted because he says he doesn't want to be anyone's dancing monkey.
Ah, I could see him saying that.
Right. So ultimately, he allows Stan to stay in his chat as long as he doesn't super chat him.
Yes, I
But
saw that.
Wow,
he
that's a
likes
heavy
you.
principled position, isn't it?
Right. He's a big fan of yours. He likes you. He's been Archie fan uh, way before. He never says anything bad about you. So I'm just wondering why you dislike him.
It was puzzling to
Yeah.
me.
I
I
mean, he
just
dislikes the dog trainer. I mean, but
Yeah, they got into a little argument of some kind.
but that's normal. That hey, dog trainer and I did that in the past. It's not that big of a deal.
Are you
Dog
saying
trainer
there's
is
a
always
pattern?
yeah. Dog trainer always likes to kind of like act like he's better than the others. So you know that it's normal with dog trainer. But overall, he's a pretty cool guy.
he
I
is.
really mean that. I'm not doing a shtick. I don't understand what's the dislike about him.
The only thing I'd say is he's a little too normal.
Okay. Well, if that's a problem, I guess. I don't know. Archie,
That,
do you
that's
mind
the
if
only
he's
thing I
too
could point a
normal?
finger at.
No, he's just a pain in the ass, Bear. He's just difficult.
But why? Why is he pain in the ass? Explain. You're not explaining yourself.
Behind the scenes pain in the ass, it sounds
Oh
like.
no, I think he's just difficult, Bear. He never
Difficult?
spoke to me. I asked him, "Do you want to come?" Tan offered him a deal, and then I tried to nut it out, and he just walks off in a huff. And I said, "Well,
Oh, probably
I honestly
Tanzil
think
offered him more than you were
uh,
willing.
I honestly think you are misunderstanding the guy. The guy is not about the money. Okay, you've been surrounded with fuck faces that all they care about is the money for too
yeah,
long. So
mhm.
you assume that everyone thinks like that, but maybe he doesn't.
You know, that's a good point. I mean, if it was about the money, he'd just go ahead and take the super chats.
Correct. This should be ideal fucking partner. Someone that doesn't want the money and wants to be on YouTube. That's your fucking ideal fucking partner.
Mm.
He
So
just wants,
by
yeah.
that logic, you are kind of contradicting yourself.
Mm.
It sounds like he's just about maintaining his integrity.
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know Guy long enough. He was involved with the Archiverse when I was gone at one point, so I haven't really followed what was happening during that time. There was also the time when they were searching for whatever character they could find on YouTube. They would bring it to Archivers to see the reaction. It was an experimental phase. It was kind of like a fun
had
they had
Jimmy
with that.
Jimmy
But
C.
That
would you
was an
actually
extreme example. Yeah.
right? Would you actually compare Jimmy C to Dave?
Yes.
Well, that tells me you're clueless. I'm
Really?
sorry. Jimmy C is totally different type of person than David, completely. Completely. So I watched today, he had a live stream addressing some of the issues from what he perceived to be demeaning live stream in which he felt he was wronged by the dog trainer. But he never really says anything negative about you,
No.
and I'm trying to figure out where does your dislike or negative
There was
feelings
some
coming
comments
from.
he posted online that pissed me off.
All right, tell me about those. I'd like to
I'll
know. I'm
send it to you.
curious.
I'll send it to you
Or
then.
just tell me. People want to know, not just me. People want drummer. Pillar number 4, drummer.
Says, if you are tan, you got. So he says. Um,
Mm-hmm. I'm listening.
However, Archie for me is done. Not only did Archie pretend that he didn't know I'm a web developer, it's not very
Okay.
complicated. He also encouraged his guests to come after me. So all I did was encourage him to have a look. All I said was, "Hey, this is his." I said, "What does he do?" I looked at his
Right.
YouTube space. He
Okay.
accused me of sending people after him. For me, that's the end of ArchieLuxury.
Well, he doesn't know that you're clueless about what's going on in the Archiverse, so he assumed that you actually were sending people to deal with him, while in
Who the fuck would
reality,
be bothered contacting him?
well, that was something that other people are doing. Like Tan does that. That's Tan's hobby, not yours. But he doesn't know that. He thinks you actually control your own channel, which is not the case, correct?
No. Correct.
He
Yeah,
probably
so
thinks it was your idea and you asked
correct.
Tanzil
And
to
you
come
haven't had
talk to
that. Your only idea is what you're going to have for lunch. Am I right, Archie?
Correct.
him.
You
Correct. Of
come up
course.
with the idea and you go, you know what? I have a great idea today. Today I'm going to go and have some Chinese duck for lunch.
Exactly right. You hit it on the head.
So if he actually knows that about you, he would never ever get upset at you. And if you know about him, you would not get upset at him. So I think this is just a big misunderstanding.
Correct.
Honestly, honestly. I'm not even trying to do a shtick. I'm telling you the truth.
Yep. No, you're right. You're right. You're right.
He
100%
seems reasonable
right.
until people start attacking him.
That's it, Bear.
Now, Yuri has some harsh words. He says that he hates ABBA.
Oh, okay.
That's bad. You should not hate ABBA. And Patrick Philippe thinks that David Connolly's mother told him that he's perfect, and he believes her. Well, my mother told me same thing, but I don't believe her for a second.
I find it more
So,
fascinating that if you hate Ava, you're a pervert.
that's Yuri's way of thinking is not the same as yours and mine, Doc.
Well, that's obviously an extreme Ava fan.
And
Clearly.
Yuri thinks that we should be discussing this offline because we're exceptionally boring.
Okay, let's thank the fans, Bear.
That's right up Archie's alley right there.
Yeah,
Let's thank
Yuri, you just helped Archie big time.
let's thank
Can
the
we
fans.
can we just let me ask you, Archie, all kidding aside,
Yes.
are you willing to extend the olive branch to David Connolly? I would like to actually have the guy
Sure.
join us on the live stream. I want to
Sure.
chat with him. He's interesting. I find him interesting. I don't think
Sure.
he's a watch guy. Is he a watch guy, Archie?
No, he doesn't. He's got $1.50 watch, he says.
So what is his interest? What is how did your and his interest cross? What do you two have in common?
Um,
As an example, is he a Louis Vuitton guy?
Right. Car
yeah.
guy, like what do you have in common?
We don't have much in common at all, Bear. I didn't find him. He's not my cup of tea. He just turns up one day.
Oh my god. Okay.
After
Okay.
Nothing
Tanzil
in
found
common
him.
with him.
I think this is just experimenting with the fishbowl.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly right.
Fair enough, Archibald. I just wanted to ask.
Don't worry. Let's thank the crew today. We had
Oh,
Joe.
but did we ask everybody to hit the thumbs up? I can't remember if we
Please,
did.
Doc, please ask him. I did not. Actually, I forgot, Doc. Thanks for reminding me. Here, I do it now.
There we go. Thank you, guys. We got AD never calling. We got Joe. AD never calling. AD never calling. CB. Patel Philippe. Rich Mitch. Patel Philippe. Patel Philippe. CB. CB. Watch chat. CB. CB. William Gaudrian. Patel Philippe. Patel Philippe. AD never calling. Mr. GMT. AD never calling. JT. Gilden. Andreas. That is the show. That is
Or
the narrative. We'll be
let's
back
try also
tomorrow.
maybe calling him Andreas.
Andreas, I think, is the name. And I do want to thank Acquired Taste for uploading. I appreciate that, sir, very much. J. Gray Sweater, does everyone here not want this to continue for another 3 hours? I think I would like that. Andreas is telling us that dueling banjos of Scottish accents, David versus Jock. Yeah, I seen that on the
Oh, they were
Rodent.
going at it, weren't they?
Yeah, Rodent 100. Jock and David were dueling, I guess. I mean, however you wanna call it. I do want to thank great chatters today. The chat was awesome. There was a lot of entertainment in the chat. It's always good to see people willing to have a great fun in the chat. And Archie, you have a last word.
Guys, thank you.
What are we looking for tomorrow? What's in plans for tomorrow, Archibald?
Luxy will be back tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
We have got many interesting things happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually looking at getting a new strap for the Breguet. I got that
Mm-hmm.
organized. We've got
Okay.
many interesting things coming up there. Many stuff. And always a fantastic crew on the stream.
And what outro have you chosen for today, Archibald?
I'm wearing the bluesy.
Outro. What outro have you
outro.
chosen?
Okay.
Which
It'll come
outro?
up. Okay. See you later, guys.
Hi, guys. It's ArchieLuxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW.